I think it's visible on my screen, but I'm not. Oh god, this. All right, let me just go on Twitch TV on my phone. Ah, yes, that would probably be better to.
I'm no longer muted on my microphone. I should be audible on Twitch now.
Yes, let me put it on as well. There we go. It's done.
Welcome to the Twitch stream, guys. My name is Lord Stabs of Stabbington.
Yes, and I'm Thannus YT, known for doing YouTube videos and liking The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my god. Anyway, this is the actual Thannus here. That's the actual Stabs who just spoke. We are doing a co-op joint stream of sorts of Lego The Lord of the Rings because we feel like it.
It's a Lego game. It is perfect and without flaws.
This is accurate. We're gonna do slot 2 because it's a new game. We're using Parsec to play this, so I'm running the game. Stabs is joining via Parsec, so the stream might be a bit laggier on his end just because of that. But it should be.
Everything is streaming well, which is perfect.
This is good. This is good. I need to turn off my volume on my phone because I can still hear myself talking.
Yes, that's what I was wondering. What was that? I was like, very interesting sound.
I don't think Galadriel had one of the rings.
Yes, she did.
Oh, she did?
Yes, there were 3. She was one of the 3 with the rings.
I didn't know that.
In fact, her forest is using. I think the forest is made using the power of the ring.
Ah.
Yes. Also, I have Parsec. Why is Parsec on my screen? I got like a little Parsec logo.
Interesting.
I see it in my mouse.
Ah. I have been told Twitch does not have as strict copyright laws as YouTube, so I'm not as concerned about this being copyrighted. But once I upload,
I think recently they started doing things.
Yeah, but when I upload the archive of the stream on YouTube, because I upload all of my archives onto YouTube after 24 hours, this is gonna get copyrighted immediately. I already know it.
Yes, I forgot to press the rec button. There we go, rec.
I see you just connected your controller.
I disconnected?
No, it said you connected.
Oh.
Your controller.
It was connected beforehand.
It just didn't register on my end till now.
Oh wait, that's a bit weird. What's going on with this?
Fun fact, this was the second game that was voice acted of any LEGO games. Yes. This released a year after LEGO Batman 2, which was the first with voice acting. Oh. Alright, you gotta join.
I don't wanna.
I think you kinda have to. Okay, I'm fixing that.
Oh god.
Immediately.
It's a good thing I can just lower the sound. Oh yeah, you should lower the sound of the game itself. That's not a bad idea.
That's probably a good option.
Yes. Oh god, this is such an awkward position I'm in. Oh,
I think the audio is already lower, but I'm not sure. I have to check on my stream.
Right.
I think you kinda
have to.
Okay, I'm fixing that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it was loud on my stream.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Alright, I'm actually participating now. You're getting killed.
Yeah, no, I'm immortal. I'm Elrond. Look, I'm over 3,000 years old. Well, then I don't know. But I'm very old.
Isn't Isildur pretty old too? Because he's whatchamacallit?
He's a Numerian.
Yeah.
So that he's one of those old. He's like the part of the kingdom of men that were fighting Balrogs and stuff.
This is basically Lego Lord of the Rings with Lord of the Rings facts from Stabs at this point.
Yes. The funny thing is, I never got into the actual book lore until recently.
Oh, we got Elendil following us around apparently.
Yes, that's the king. The current king, I think. He dies in this battle. Spoiler alert. Oh no.
Not that he was important to the story too much anyway.
Well, yes, his sword is the one that kills the
Well, yeah, but him himself, I mean.
Oh yes, he is unimportant. He merely carries a sword and a nice crown.
Okay, we've
But
completed the requirements to actually progress in the game.
yes, let me just verify that the sound is going up well.
I think it's going well on my
Oh.
stream right now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is. I think my recording screen is just screwed up for some reason, or maybe it's because I'm on a browser and I'm not actually on the Twitch app.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's
I'm
okay,
already...
no one's watching.
Wait, why did it switch me off of Elendil?
I don't know. Just press the Y button again.
Gotta destroy the Morgul Lego.
Yeah, the Morgul bricks.
Yes.
And
Canonically
then I have to
accurate to Lord of the Rings, of course. I
Well,
see
you
you
see-
just died.
No, I didn't die. What are you talking about? You crazy? You're crazy.
This is... that's exactly what happened, my friend. Also, for those curious, not that anybody is curious probably, Lord Stabs of Stabbington here was present during my Among Us stream yesterday as well. Not the
Yes, I
entire
was the one
time, but
talking.
he was the one in a relationship with Peanut.
Oh yes, that's true. My lover, Peanut. Of course. And then, oh
It's a big boy.
yes.
Sauron was not canonically that tall. Just like to mention that.
Actually,
He was pretty darn tall in the movie, but he was not that tall.
Actually, Sauron has the ability to shapeshift. So he's as tall as he wants to be.
I know, but during this scene, he was not that tall.
No, during the scene, he was definitely not this tall.
He was like
He
tall
was not a
human
Bionicle
size.
in this scene. If I don't remember Sauron being a Bionicle or a hero factory person.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Those are pretty much the only two. What's the Lego line of action figures?
Galidor.
Is that what they're called?
It's what they had before Bionicle, they had this thing called Galidor, which was pretty bad.
No, I don't mean before Bionicle.
Oh.
I mean after both Bionicle and Hero Forge, they started making these kinds of characters for different series like Star Wars.
They're just called construction figures, constructible action figures.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they did Bionicle again too, like for 2 years.
Yeah, and then they killed it again.
Yeah, and they didn't give it an actual ending.
Oh, that's nice.
They
Unlike the
said,
other one, which had an
"Okay,
ending.
Makuda's dead now, and so are all of the Toa. Congratulations, we ended Bionicle again." And the
Hooray,
fans were
we brought
even,
it back for no reason, and then ended it again.
and the fans were very angry.
Except for Jimmy.
And then the
Jimmy
lead
didn't
art,
care.
the lead art director for Generation 1 has recently been campaigning for a third generation of Bionicle. One that's
you mean-
actually done correctly.
Ah yes. As long as they bring stabbing knives, I'm all for it. Yeah.
Oh, finally, he actually did it again.
Yes, you gotta.
You're useless because I have the magic sword.
No, I'm here as moral support.
Moral
for you.
support.
I'm here for. I'm an elf. I don't get involved in stuff. I just tell people I'm better than them.
Yeah,
And,
that's pretty canonically accurate to the elves in this game, especially the ones from The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Wherever
Exactly.
wherever Legolas is from, that place, Mirkwood, I think, right? Where was it that he got
might be
stuck in all the
Mirkwood.
barrels? I forgot.
It might be Mirkwood actually.
I don't
'Cause,
remember
there's-
exactly where Legolas is from.
He's basically the son. Well, according to the movies, the son of the king of Mirkwood. I think it is Mirkwood. That would make sense.
Because he does look kind of like the Mirkwood elves in terms of complexion and all that. So.
Well, not that he's just directly the son of the king.
Yeah, that too.
That sort of helps.
But like, if you can tell usually if Elvis from Rivendell or Mirkwood, unless it's the red-haired chick from the Hobbit movies, you can't tell with
she's
her.
also from Mirkwood.
Well, yeah, she is, but
She's-
she doesn't look like
I think
she
she's
is.
the sister?
She's like one of the few Mirkwood elves I know of that doesn't have like blonde hair.
Yes.
She has like, she's a redhead.
But also the clothes they wear are different. Like for example, Merfolk elves will have more
Green.
well, not just green. They'll have more organic-based clothes, so like more nature-based clothes, and the Rivenwood, the Riverwood elves
Rivendell?
will have Riven. What?
It's Rivendell.
It's Riven. Fuck. Damn it.
You're supposed to be the Lord of the Rings nerd here, not me.
I don't remember names. I'm sorry. It does things to my body. But yes. Oh yes, here is a great example of proper implementation of the sound from the movie.
Hey, this movie has it better than the Hobbit game.
That is true. This game rather than this movie?
Quiet.
Yes. You wanna call me out on my mistakes? I'll call you out on yours. Yes, we must save just in case
Yes.
a Lego game crashes.
Very
Something that
much.
has never occurred. Ah!
You are not good at platforming, I can tell. This is
No,
this is easier than
I
Mario,
lagged,
dude.
I lagged specifically at that moment.
This is literally easier than Mario. Even lag shouldn't have gotten in your way there.
No, I lagged right before I jumped, so I continue going forward. Don't worry, it's being recorded. I swear that was it, and probably not something else. Yes.
I like to mention our streams will look exactly the same because it's just emulating couch co-op.
Actually, no, you'll have the best version.
Oh yeah, I'll have the higher quality stream. In terms of video
gets
quality.
pixelated from time-
Video quality.
Oh, the video quality. Oh, okay. I just rubber banded into the lava then.
Oh, I didn't know rubber banding was possible with this game, especially since it
Well,
isn't made for online.
Yeah, it was simulating rubber banding.
Ah.
Actually. It's more so, you know, when you're lagging and all of a sudden boop, you teleport.
That Sauron statue just imploded.
Yes, there's 5 of them in this level, but I only remember 2 of them.
I like how I'm just destroying all this stuff because it's made of Morgul bricks and you literally can't touch any of it.
I don't want to touch it. It's weird. Look, I'm powerful. I'm more powerful than you, and if I touched it, its power would be too great through me.
Wasn't Sauron like an elf?
No, he was the same thing as Gandalf, actually.
I thought there were only 5 of them.
No, those are the ones that were sent to Middle-earth.
Oh, so he
There's
just happened to
5
be of the same
wizards.
species?
They basically were created as to serve the gods, I think. And the ones that went the ones like Sauron were actually those that abandoned.
Didn't Sauron originally serve Morgoth?
Yes, Morgoth was a god, and he corrupted Sauron as well as other people, of the myriads, I think they were called. I can't remember.
Did Sauron betray Morgoth, or did he just take over after he died?
Morgoth was defeated in battle, and I think he's currently falling forever in a sort of unending pit.
As you do.
Yes, as you do when you're a bad guy. There's also a mini kid over here.
It reminds me of Cars from JoJo, floating forever
What?
in space. He floated so long in space he just stopped thinking.
I don't know. I don't watch hentai.
That's not what it is, but okay.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what it is. Don't worry. I've angered 343, your most loyal viewer.
He's not even in chat right now. It said I had 4 viewers, but he's not even in chat right now. I don't know who they are.
Oh, they're random people. You got new people.
But
That's
hey,
nice.
I already bumped up my average from the 4 people at the start of the stream alone, so that helps already.
It went
Because
from 1
I
to
don't think it's
4.
that many viewers at a time. It's just that many viewers overall. I might be wrong though,
Oh,
because I'm not specific. I'm not sure.
Oh god.
You're having some trouble there, I can see.
No, I'm just
You mind not
you're
killing
the one doing
me?
all the fighting, so I'll just kill you instead.
Here.
Oh wait, can you destroy these Sauron statues?
Yeah,
Two-
I've been doing
Yeah.
that. It's gonna give us a mini kit.
Yeah, but I don't think. No, you see that one? Which one? 3 out of 5. Yeah, there we go. We're missing one. I thought so.
There's probably gonna be one up ahead.
No, up ahead there's. I'm pretty sure there are none.
Well, I've been destroying everything I've been seeing, so we just.
Oh, we got a true adventure. It's actually somewhat.
Hey,
difficult
guess
to get
what?
on
I
this.
think there's one up ahead.
You might be correct. I don't know.
Because
I
we're
can't
still
remember.
playing.
Yeah, but the level ends right where I am. look. I'm gonna end the level.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah. Well, they always have in Lego games this sort of thing where they have 4 out of 5, and then the 5th one is you have to do it in free play.
Yeah. The Lego Batman 2 was horrible with lip syncing. I am surprised they upped the quality of the lip syncing so massively with their second voice acted game.
Lego Batman was the second one? I thought it was Lego
No, Lego Batman 2 was the first voice
Lego
acted.
Star Wars is the first one with the weird their new
This is
screen.
this is the second one with voice acting, but the lip syncing in this game is massively an improvement over Lego Batman 2's lip syncing. And I don't know how they managed that from the second game.
Doesn't reflect the game.
Yeah. Well, I guess Lego Batman 2 was going to be choppier since it was their first time doing lip syncing, but even then, this was their second time, so I'm surprised it improved that much.
And then The Hobbit was like, I don't know how much time, and they fucked up the audio integration.
Yo, I can count the polygons on those mountains.
That's nice. How many were there then?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I can count them, but I choose not to.
That's not what Bilbo's hair looked like in Lego The Hobbit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, it's the same. No, it's slightly
I thought it was more brownish.
That's because Martin Freeman decided not to dye his hair. Terrible actor.
I've seen Black Panther. I can concur.
Terrible actor. No, he's amazing. Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
It was a joke anyway.
How dare you insult my boy Martin Freeman? He's like the Morgan Freeman of the white people. Because his last name
New characters unlocked. What is with the colors behind some of those characters?
Yes.
Ah.
Colors.
Colors.
Look, I was the biggest money maker. You were a leech off of me. I swear.
Ah, yeah, sure.
Sorry, stud maker.
We only got one mini kit. What the heck, dude? It's your fault.
No, I told you where to find the mini kit.
Your fault. This is all your fault. We can't have nice things because of you.
Oh, and who's the one who proposed the idea of making Lego Lord of the Rings?
I didn't make the game.
No, but I proposed it to Traveler's Tales, I promise.
Yep. Lord Stabs of Stabbington, creative consultant to Traveler's Tales.
Yeah. It's all me.
The reason
the audio bit, I was not involved with that.
The reason this games were off of Steam for a year is because they couldn't get Stabs to renew the contract.
Basically, they sent me an email and then I just sort of forgot about it. As I do with most things.
We gotta send this contract to Warner Bros. Since you're a creative consultant, can you go ahead and send it to them? And like, I'll do it later.
Yeah, sure.
A year later.
And then I accidentally used which is I used like this low budget postal service, not Canica, not the Canada Post.
Canica.
Amazing. What is that an actual thing?
No, you just said Canica.
No, I said Canada Post.
Well, it's probably better than FedEx.
Oh no, it's amazing. It's an amazing
so
service.
I'm guessing you used FedEx for the contract then.
I must have used FedEx. Yes.
FedEx is the worst, dude.
I'm pretty sure there are worse companies. It's just that FedEx is better known.
They just skipped over the entire scene where Frodo's like, "Why did he leave?"
Yeah, he doesn't care about his uncle. He's like, finally, the old windbag's gone.
I thought Frodo was supposed to be like 50 at the start of Lord of the Rings.
In the books, he is.
Yeah.
In the books, he is. Also, the War of the Ring doesn't end with like how the third movie shows it.
I know.
It actually ends with Frodo forming a Hobbit army and defeating Sauron, who had taken over the Shire.
Yeah, I remember talking about that when we played Hobbit off stream.
Oh yes, off stream when we were testing, and then we just decided, you know what, we're playing the game now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, you can hear the audio quality drop. At least they timed the chandelier bump, right?
Yeah, but but now they're just reusing the same voice clip. Also, that's very awkward.
That was the most awkward camera angle.
Just the way the animation was made as well is like, oh, that was so stiff. I mean, look, I can't animate that for shit, but still.
Neither could I.
I can still comment on the oh, my mouse cursor has gone to screen now. That's not good. Oh. What's going on, Thannus?
I am Frodo, I am superior.
Oh, I think my stream froze.
I'm sorry, why did we just switch characters even though you're technically logged in?
What do you mean we switch characters? I'm here.
Move around.
Did you switch?
Move around. Now press Y.
Sam.
Press Y.
Oh. No, we didn't switch.
Wait, we just swapped players.
We swapped cameras. What?
Well, I didn't know you could do that.
Maybe it's a parsec thing.
Maybe.
Because that's a bit weird. Maybe it's detecting me as like a second controller. Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember that working in any of the other games we tried. What are you doing?
I'm looking at my screen on my phone and I'm like, I can see. It's like, oh god. I think I have to. Let me just.
This guy's riding a pig.
Let me do a quick modification to the. Oh.
What?
Oh, that's why.
What?
Okay, so the screen has decided to go off the recording, the bit it's recording.
Oh.
So that's why I can't. That's why the stream was a little weird. It's okay. No one's watching my stream, so. I have no illusions. I make zero illusions.
You will grow eventually if you keep it up. Trust me.
Well, technically, yes. That's how you.
That's how you build an audience. Yes, you just have to keep doing it. It's not like YouTube where you actually have to like try getting the right content. With Twitch, you just keep trying different stuff and you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I think I put the thing to be like wait until I'm ready, but for some reason it hasn't edited. Oh, there it goes. So now people have just seen the screen move. If they were actually watching, it's okay. No one's watching, as I said.
If you there's a option in Streamlabs where you can edit your stream before you make it transitions to live.
But I think it, for some reason, even though I had enabled that, it defaulted back to.
Oh, it always defaults back to that. You have to enable it every time.
Okay. Well, that's why. But yeah, that's fine. They see me do it. Look, I'm not professional. What do you mean?
If I take another step, this will be the farthest from home I've ever been. Oh wait, no, that's Sam.
Yeah, I'm Sam. You get over here, you stupid little.
Sam, you better not say it.
You little short boy.
Hobbit.
I like how I'm also on low latency, and yet
I do
my
that.
stream is so is so far.
That's
back.
how I have mine set too. There's a few other settings that influence it, but it also has to do with the fact that only partners get to pick whether or not they have any latency whatsoever, from what I've seen, and we're not even affiliates, so.
What do you mean? I'm owner of Twitch.
Ah.
Yeah, I own it now. I've just decided.
So now we've tacked on 2 comedy relief characters. And by comedy relief, I just mean comedy relief until the second movie, when they actually have a use.
Well, no, Pippin's always comedy relief. Mary's the serious one of the two.
Well, not in the first movie, he ain't.
No, even in the first movie, he's always more serious than Pippin.
I know, but he's still comedy relief in the first movie.
How dare you degrade Mary like that? I will find. I hope your house burns in that fire.
Fool of a took.
It took a very dark turn all of a sudden.
Yeah, it did. Fool of a took.
I hope your house has a gender reveal party.
Oh no! Oh no! That's bad. That's worse than a fire.
Yeah. Isn't that what the meme is based off of? That's what I was told by an American. I was talking to the other.
I am an American.
No, not you. A better American.
Oh, well, okay then. Fine.
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, you're Canadian. You're basically you're in Canada. You're basically America, but with free healthcare.
And not as affected by the pandemic.
Well, yeah, because your country's actually regulating it correctly.
Maybe, maybe not. I won't get into politics just yet, baby.
As much as random people may claim otherwise, the U.S. is not handling the pandemic well at all.
What do you mean? If you believe something hard enough, it is true.
If you
Like the
believe it
orcs
hard
in
enough.
Warhammer. Yeah, like the orcs in Warhammer. That's their whole thing. If enough orcs believe something to be true, it actually is true. That's why they paint their cars red, because it makes things go faster. Because they think it makes things go faster.
I drink soda because it helps me see faster.
Yeah. They also believe blue is lucky, I think, and that purple is the stealthy color.
Ah.
And the joke within the Warhammer community, 40k community, is that you never see a stealth a purple orc because you can't see a stealthy orc.
Wait, so does that stuff actually work in the game or in Warhammer, or no?
I don't know if in the actual tabletop game it does, but in the lore it does. Like there's some really stupid things. No, like for example, there's this commissar character.
So
He's the only one the orcs fear, and they believe that he's able to wear he's able to have a giant orc mech arm, and they also believe that his robotic eye shoots lasers, so he can. Yeah.
That makes sense. The orcs are pretty magic stuff, I guess, in Warhammer, huh?
They're very weird.
Not at all like World of Warcraft orcs.
I have no idea about World of Warcraft orcs.
They're just orcs that... They're just orcs. That's all they are. They're just orcs.
Fun fact about orcs. I can do fun facts too. Actually, fun fact. I can do fun facts too. Fun fact about orcs. They were created by Tolkien. They did not exist before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they're also elves.
I know orcs are also elves in Tolkien works.
Yeah, because they were well, the first technique, they're not elves anymore, but they used to be elves.
Get off of the branch.
They used to be elves until I think they were like tortured and mutilated.
Why
And
can I not jump?
Orcs. Actually, I think a lot of fantasy works also just copy the Tolkien explanation behind.
Well, yeah, judging by the fact halflings in D&D are literally just hobbits.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, do they eat all the time?
Probably.
That's what hobbits do.
They're tiny as heck. They probably have a really low metabolism. What are we doing here? What?
I don't
Rude.
think Get over here.
We just had to move further east.
Yes. Wait, you were actually confused by that? Oh, this is I remember this part when I was playing with my friend.
Hey, this is the part where Saruman decides to stop being good.
No, he already decided.
Yeah, I already know that, but still.
But this is the part where he reveals himself as not being good. Also, Saruman was jealous of Gandalf. That's
so.
actually...
So brief question one: does no one just flat out ever go to Mordor like of free will?
No, they do.
So if there are people
that were actually Mordor is the place he conquered and not conquered, but he just took over and was like, yeah, we live here now.
So if people like willingly go to Mordor sometimes, did no one ever question the fact that Saruman's tower looked a lot like Sauron's tower?
I think. Well, actually, his tower was gifted to him by one of the kings of Gondor, I think.
So what about Saruman's tower? Because it looks a lot like it.
Yeah, Saruman's tower was gifted.
Oh wait, I'm Gandalf.
Yeah, you're Gandalf.
Why am I playing in first person?
You're not playing it for. Oh, you were.
I was.
I mean, I didn't say anything. But yeah, no. People did did go to Mordor, just not regularly for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah.
It used to. I think it used to have a few kingdoms or stuff like that prior to Sauron taking over, like returning and stuff. I'm not sure how lore accurate Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War are, but
They,
depict this.
from what I can tell, they apply to the movie lore, not the book
Yes,
lore.
they apply to the movie lore, but still, I think even the books mention this or something like that.
I'm guessing the Gollum game is also going to be movie lore.
Most likely. Oh, I saw.
The book
I saw
lore
the
is just
animations for that.
the only thing that the book lore is anything that's published by Tolkien, from what I've heard. I've heard that it is not anything else other than what was published by Tolkien, or made by Tolkien. That is.
Well, yeah, directly. Everything else is movie lore because they really changed the lore in the book. For example, like as a massive difference, Denethor, the steward of Gondor, he only went mad after his Faramir was wounded. He wasn't mad before then.
In the movie, he just went mad after Boromir died, though.
He was. I think he was mad before then too.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he was just mad and incompetent. But in the book, he was a great man who actually did mind battles with Sauron.
Ah.
Because you know the eye that Saruman uses, it's called the Palantir. When you gaze through it, you also share thoughts with anyone else also looking within the Palantir. So he would do mental jousts with Sauron using the Palantir. Yeah, because basically all three great cities of Gondor had a Palantir. Minas Tirith, the current capital. Osgiliath, the old capital, which is the bit that you see where it's like separated by a river. And Minas Ithil, which became Minas Morgul, the house of the city of the Witch King.
Question about where was Gondor when what was the full quote? Where was Gondor when
I don't
remember.
Something fell. Yeah, I think Rohan is like
Yeah, but like Gondor was actively doing something else during that time, was it not? Like they were actually actively involved in their own business.
most likely. I actually can't tell for that.
Why are we on separate screens?
We're on the same screen. No, we're on different screens. Wait, let me just switch to your guy.
I'm on your half of the screen now, but it still says I'm player 1 on the top corner. That's pretty weird.
I think that's the actual game because we had this before as well. Okay, I think it's Pippin or Merry. Which one's the one that fishes? Oh, it's Merry.
So I finished Gandalf's portion.
I can tell by the fact that you're with me now.
Yeah.
And also because I could see the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if this is basically just couch co-op, but from afar.
Yes, that's literally the point of Parsec.
Quasar.
I almost said Quasar. Yeah.
I think that's a Star Wars ship, Mister.
Quasar is actually a type of celestial body. And Parsec is just a measure of distance.
Well, yes, Parsec is a measure of distance.
Which is probably why they named named this service Parsec, because it's a measure of distance, and we're not in the same place. We're distant.
I don't know.
What are we supposed to do here?
Let's just call it space.
Oh wait, Sam has a shovel.
No, Sam doesn't have a shovel. What are you talking about?
Sam has a shovel.
Thief! Thief! I am the Sam.
Too late. I'm Sam now.
I will become the Frodon.
I am now the Frodo of this adventure. Checkmate.
I am now the. Well, look, I'm also on the first screen. I've basically hijacked your stream.
I see.
Yes, your PC is now mine.
Negator, you can only control it when in the game.
Ha, that's what you think.
No, that's what I've set Parsec to.
Quasar to? Yes, of course.
I think I threw that at the wrong thing. Yep.
Probably because you didn't aim. You didn't aim. Ow.
I aimed there.
No, you did. That was blind luck. We all know that. In Lego
Okay,
games, it's
setting
blind
it to the
luck.
web does nothing.
What? No, don't. No, you're supposed to throw it at the thing over there.
Yeah, at the bees, obviously.
The very distinct bees. Look at them. They're not Lego. They don't exist in this world.
I think in actual Lord of the Rings, bees would be one of the last things a ring wraith would be bothered by.
Well,
Great.
I also think that in wait, that's me.
Great job.
Let me just get out of the way. I like how I just walked out of the light as well. Like, yeah, I can't. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Exactly. But no, I'm pretty sure in lore, actually, the ring wraiths were afraid of a lot of things in the books. They were afraid of daylight. They were afraid of water. They were afraid of fire. They're actually quite. They actually have quite a lot of weaknesses.
Ah, but one of them has a dragon. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the Witch King event. Actually, they all have dragons, I think.
Why does only the Witch King show up in the book? I mean, not the book, the movie.
No, they all show up with
I only remember seeing the Witch
at one
King's
point.
dragon in the movie.
No, it's the last battle of the movie before Aragorn is crowned king.
Oh.
At the Black Gate. There's 4 dragons, I think, that go, and then the eagles go to counter them.
Mm.
But like, the Witch King was not the only one with the.
So haven't there been like actual arguments as to why they just didn't take the eagles to drop the ring in Mordor?
I have no idea.
Like, why didn't they just do that?
Also, I'm pretty sure the eagles they're not a Deus Ex Machina.
Well,
per
yeah.
se.
Well, I mean, whenever they show up in the movies, they're used as one, but...
Yes, but like in the book, for example, I think there's a theory, there's a fan theory that Radagast the Brown was the one who called the eagles at the end, not actually. They didn't show up just magically.
We missed a mini kit back there. We gotta restart, dude.
Oh God.
I'm just joking.
I got crushed.
It's not very easy to stay away from these things, seeing as they speed up regularly.
Yes, and I'm like further behind you as well, and it was like they catch up faster with me than you. Yes.
Oh yeah, here's example number 1 of them being afraid of water. He doesn't just get off his horse and jump to the dock, even though something smaller than him was capable of doing so.
Yeah. Well, he could have done it with the horse as well.
He could have, yeah.
This is literally a little a ferry. This is just a ferry that they're taking. I'm pretty sure it's made for horses as well.
The horse could have easily made that distance.
Yeah, but then he would have been stuck in the water.
Ring race no like water.
He stays there for all eternity, and he misses out on all of the other events.
Oh, it's Merry and Pippin that are blue and green for some reason.
Well, yeah, but then there's 2 other blue and green ones. There's another.
Why are Merry and Pippin blue and green?
Well, you see, Pippin wears blue clothes, and Merry wears green clothes.
But Frodo and Sam aren't their respective colors. They're just normal.
Because they don't have colors. They're not distinct. Look, Frodo and Sam are very unknown characters in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're not very popular. I forgot.
Yeah.
My bad.
They're quite how should I say
Unknown.
No, quite obscure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they actually for the longest time people were convinced that Merry was actually the one who brought the ring to Mordor. Even in the universe of Lord of the Rings, I swear.
Wait, that's actually canon?
No.
Oh. I was gonna say he was never even in Mordor.
Well, he might have gone to Mordor at some point.
I thought he was at the other battle at the same time.
But he didn't die after that. He still exists.
But what reason would he have to go to Mordor after that?
I don't know. Pilgrimage?
Pilgrimage? Who wants to take a pilgrimage to Mordor, literally the most cursed place in the entire world?
Well, there are actually places there that, like, for example, Minas Ithil was the Gondorian fortress in, like, the Gondorian city inside of Mordor. Even though technically it's like it basically guarded. It was at one of the passes of Mordor.
So question, why do they have to have a whole battle at Helm's Deep instead of just defending Minas Tirith?
Because Rohan was defending its own kingdom.
Oh yeah, I forgot Rohan isn't Gondor.
Yes. Okay. Oh yes, these completely visually distinct and very different societies. They're not the same.
This guy needs a shovel. You have a shovel.
You have to make the.
You have a shovel.
No, it's a mithril shovel. You have to go to this this place right here.
Ah.
And if we have enough bricks, we can make it. See?
Mithril trowel. Get it right, Stabs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mister. It's a shovel. Get over here. Get over here. Let me smack you behind the head. You see how close I was to smacking you behind the head? You know, I'm half Italian, so it's a part of my...
Why do I hear the Rivendell theme right now? We're not even close to Rivendell.
I'm not sure if it was exclusively used for Rivendell. I think it might have also been used
That's
for
the only
elves.
time I ever heard it.
Oh, so you have a very... You, mister, who confused Rohan and Gondor together, have a very distinct memory of what happened in the movies. Yes, of course.
Well, okay, now I hear just hear the Shire theme. So yeah, they're just playing themes from the game.
Hobbits.
They're just playing themes from the movie because we're not even close to the Shire.
Yeah.
And there are no elves in this place.
Look at how tiny it is.
That is a underwhelmingly small shovel.
It actually gets bigger in your hand, though.
Also, I would comment about the DLC being missing, but they never put the DLC on Steam, so.
Exactly. Actually, you can
mod it into the game, yeah.
No, you can't mod it into the game. Well, technically it is a mod, but it's not modding into the game. It's modding it to access it because it's in the game files. It's just not activated.
Unlike Hobbit, where it's actually available.
Yeah, for purchase. Thank you, Traveler's Tales.
That was a necessary purchase. Yes. I just bought the Quest Finder because we totally needed that right now.
Yes.
Well, audio design didn't do well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I was saying is like they just took the movies, the edited audio from the movies, which means all of the environmental sounds are there, and so if they wanted to not make it look weird, they had to make the animations closer to either the movie or in such a way that it didn't.
Why does Aragorn have 2 straws in his cup?
He's waiting for a lady friend.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know. I think I knew why he did before, and now I can't think of it.
Oh, yep, that's why that happened in the movie for sure. He totally just fell back on his seat.
He did actually.
Well, that's not when it happened though. He was being heckled, wasn't he?
He got
because one of them was drunk.
Pippin accidentally pushed him whilst trying to get off the chair.
I know, but Frodo was freaking out because one of them drunkenly told them that it was his name.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, hey, 50-year-old man.
I think he's actually 43 at this point. I'm not sure, but basically 50. Close enough. It's
also, we're past Tom Bombadil at this point, right?
Yes. Tom Bombadil in the books came before they ever made it to Bree.
Hmm.
And actually, Tom Bombadil saved them from the Nazgul at some point, I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe Tom Bombadil, because I never actually read the books, so I don't know. Maybe he did.
You know the part
after.
The part in the movie where they're all sleeping and then it shows the ring wraiths repeatedly stabbing the other beds while they're in another room. I was scared out of my mind of that part when I watched the movie as a kid.
Really? I do remember it going, like, the first time I saw that, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, Frodo's dead less than halfway into the movie.
No, as soon as they started stabbing though, I knew they didn't get killed. You see, as a child, I was smarter than you as a child.
Ah.
But you see, I'm better than you.
I am the superior child.
I am the superior human.
Disagree.
No. Okay, fine. You got a better YouTube channel than me because you got 100 subscribers.
I have
know this isn't
111 subscribers. Thank you very much.
Ooh, that's nice. I like how who was it that told you? You're like, hey, I'm finally at 100 subscribers, and then I was like, oh, that's cool, guy. That's cool. You know, I know
I
it's
don't-
not a lot, but still, it's better than it's an impressive thing. That's 100 people who've decided to follow your channel.
And about one of them consistently watches my content.
Yes. But then who was it in the Discord who said like, that's not a lot.
I don't remember who it was, but I'm like, yo, it's a major milestone for me. I've been doing this for 6 years, dude.
Yes.
Since I was...
Watch me get 100 in like less than a year.
God, I've been doing this since since I was 11. Good God.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Actually, I have 6 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm
that's
good.
pretty. That's pretty high. Better known than better than PewDiePie.
Yeah. You mean who? I don't know this PewDiePie. He's pretty small.
Oh, we got to make second breakfast apparently.
Well, yeah. No, I don't think it's second breakfast at this point.
No, he just said, "What about second breakfast?"
Oh, they just took... No, that line was taken, like, when Aragorn initially brings them all out. And
Yeah, they misused that line from when it actually happened.
Yeah, no, it's during actual day, and he's like, what about breakfast? And then Aragorn's like, well, you just had breakfast. Yes, but what about second breakfast?
Potatoes. Wait, no, that's with Gollum.
No, that's like in the second or third movie.
Yeah, that's with Gollum. I forgot.
That's way further. Right, now I'm gonna be using...
Grow 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. We don't like potatoes, Brussels.
You
We don't like it.
Yes. Look at those little bastards.
Oh, we're
sitting on
supposed
the
to
job.
combine it. Frodo, you idiot.
What are you doing? Are you doing a peanut butter gamer? I'm peanut butter gamer.
No, I said Frodo, you idiot.
Exactly. He likes to say.
I
that.
was
He
not
says,
mocking peanut butter
How dare you? He's
game,
a very nice
man.
guy. Unlike his.
So it's
his-
not. It's nice to mock him. You say?
No, he's a nice guy. I said, how
So-
dare you?
I just said I don't want to mock him, and you say, "How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare
mock
you
him?
not mock him?" Is the
Yeah,
context
he's
of that.
popular enough to be mocked. Okay, it's a sign of respect.
I mean, he doesn't upload even close to as constantly as he used to.
No, he still uploads.
Not as consistently anymore, though.
He started recently doing it again because he has 3 channels.
Who has the... You have the fishing rod, dude.
I do.
Yes.
I'm Mary.
I confuse
That's
Merry and Pippin a lot.
How dare you? I used to, but now they're very... I mean, I think it's the Lego versions I confuse specifically, because I think they have the same face.
They do.
But in the movie, I never actually... I think I just confused the names rather than the characters.
Well, looking at the icons, actually, it looks like, the one you're playing as, I forget which again already, has a different
He's green.
face.
He's got a green shirt. That's how you can distinguish him.
Okay, green shirt is Mary, blue shirt is,
Pippin.
Pippin. I almost said red shirt, but then I remember this isn't Star Trek.
Yeah, no, he's not a science boy.
Well, red shirts are the ones that always die. Except for Picard.
Well, actually, red shirts in the Next Generation are command staff, but in the original series, they were engineering. So I think it's from the original series that the red shirts always die, because they're always in the engineering areas.
I have to light a Lego fire. A Lego fire, not just any fire, a Lego fire.
Is it actually... Magnificent. Look at those little studs, like, as the not the sparks, but the little, what do you call that again? The little fire that, like, goes away from the main fire.
I have to drop everything I picked up as Mary and give it to Sam.
Yes, that's why I almost told you, but didn't tell you, to pick things up as Sam.
Nice crispy bacon.
He's got no more feet. Shriek. I imagine the voice actors just saying shriek.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga be like.
Oh yeah, because they're recording their own voice lines.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I mean, not for once, because obviously the Quest people that's custom voice work, but
Well, they're doing it for the main lines too now.
yes.
Hopefully they do that for all future games, because that gives a bit more room for creativity. They already included some of the new jokes in the trailer for Skywalker Saga.
Yes, and at least it removes the issues that came from the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings thing. I don't know why. I'm guessing Warner Brothers was just like, nah, you can't have any of the voice files. No, just no.
Yeah. I mean, for Force Awakens, they didn't sound the same. Like, they actually sounded good, so I think they actually gave them the voice files. Sam is apparently required for this.
That's Disney. That's not Warner Brothers. They're different companies.
Yes, true. Although apparently Warner Brother Games is still involved in Lego Star Wars games to some extent, from what I've been able to tell.
That's because Warner Brothers is the publisher now for Traveler's Tales.
Oh yeah.
I think. Which is hilarious because they also published it. They also do the Marvel Lego games.
Yeah, they did.
And they publish it. That's hilarious.
Okay. This rock throwing puzzle is confusing.
Wait, let me just watch out, baby.
Okay,
My
apparently
rock throwing
we're
skills are
quoting the Samurai Jack theme song now.
What?
You said Wacha, so I said apparently we're quoting the Samurai Jack theme song now.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Have you ever seen Samurai Jack, Stabs?
I'm pretty sure I have, but it's been so long. I only remember the art style, and that's it.
You know they continued the series after, like, 10 years? They finished it with season 5.
Or yeah, I think I heard something about that. Like, it wasn't like a year or two ago? Something like that?
I don't remember exactly what year it was, but Adult Swim picked it up and made a more mature final season. No, it was actually pretty good. It was really good. It still had the same tone of the original show. It was just more mature. Like, they had actual adult jokes and stuff like that.
Also, the Switch got its Samurai Jack video game released like a few weeks ago.
That actually... the Samurai Jack game is actually canon. Like,
But is it good?
From what I've heard, it is.
Oh. Or is it just...
It also adds an alternate ending where, well, actually, I don't know if you ever want to watch Samurai Jack again, so I don't want to spoil the ending of the original show.
I probably saw one episode as a kid, or saw a commercial.
I don't want to spoil it for you, though, in case you ever want to watch it.
I don't mind. If you really want to say it, you can say it. It's fine.
Okay, in the original version of the Season 5 ending, Jack's love interest, Ashi, is Aku's daughter, but because he kills Aku, he goes back in time, back to his original time period, because he was sent to the future by Aku, and because he kills Aku in the past, and she was born in the future, like decades into the future, when she goes back into the past and marries Jack, she actually dies on their wedding day because she's not supposed to exist. And in the game, they actually made an alternate ending where Ashi, in fact, survived. But in the original ending of Season 5, she died.
Why would you spoil that for me?
You said it was fine to do so.
I'm confused.
But people said that Samurai Jack Season 5, while the season was good, the ending was bad because Ashi died and Jack still didn't get a happy ending.
Well, you don't always have to get a happy ending. It's like, what's a movie that's somewhat dumb? Krampus, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
It was dumb, but the ending was not a happy one, and it was actually quite a good, well-made.
Wait, how many horror movies can you name that actually have good endings, though? Like, happy endings?
Most horror movies end with the last person surviving. In that movie, they all get trapped. There's no one that escapes.
Ah.
And it's like you think they win, and then it reveals that they're all in a snow globe.
Ah.
Spoiler alerts for Krampus.
I don't watch horror movies, so I don't care.
Yeah, I just watched the CinemaSins video on it.
I don't enjoy horror movies at all. They're not my cup of tea.
No, most of the time I don't look the horror movies. I haven't watched Aliens, but that would be one of them I would watch though.
You're not a man if you can't handle a horror movie.
No, it's just that I don't.
That
I'm
was
not scared
that
of
was
horror
me.
movies.
That was me mocking people who say stuff like that, because that's a
I
dumb
know.
mentality. I like how you can see Mordor in the reflection of the ring. That's pretty actually nice touch.
Oh, you could. I didn't see that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's nice.
Why are you Frodo?
Cause I'm the best
And why did we
one
switch
here.
screens again?
Oh, it's the wing weight. It's the wing weight.
We can just casually punch the ring wraiths. Nothing happens.
I know. They're not very impressive, are they?
No, they seem to be just wandering around searching for you.
Especially in the Lego
They do.
game. They're pretty...
The Lego game kind of got inaccurate by the fact that Frodo's kind of supposed to be still visible to the ring wraiths when he's invisible. They kind of messed that up.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
never mind. There it is.
Yeah, it's because I touched him.
Ah.
I accidentally walked.
Wait, so are the ring wraiths like the 9 kings who were given the rings, or?
Yes, that's why there's 9 ring wraiths.
Ah. I
They're
never
all
actually
the-
knew that for sure.
They explain it in one of the movies. I can't remember which one, but it is explained.
They're all 9 of the human? Oh yeah, because there's 9
Yeah,
of
they're
them,
all
duh.
the 9. They're all the 9 kings of men. Because basically the reason why Sauron he's the one who actually made the lesser rings of power, as well as the Master Ring.
The One Ring?
Yeah, the One Ring, and the One Ring's purpose was to dominate everyone else's ring. And
So why
dominate
did it
their
only
spirits.
happen to the men?
Because the elves actually removed it before anything happened.
What about the
And
dwarves?
I don't know what happened with the dwarves. I had never had the answer to that. I probably could have looked it up, but
Maybe the
got-
dwarf king from The Hobbit was corrupt because of his ring.
no, he wasn't. He was corrupt. Because
Well, I know it's because of the Arkenstone, but like maybe the
it had no
ring-
no relation.
what? Oh wait, I thought we
The
paused
Hobbit-
for a
The
second.
Hobbit book and the storyline was created before the Lord of the Rings. Actually, that's when they created the ring, and it was just as a MacGuffin device, so that not a MacGuffin device, but just as a plot device, so that Bilbo could
so-
turn invisible.
So the ring in The Hobbit had no story importance whatsoever, save for being Deus Ex Machina.
Basically, it was just so that Frodo could, not Frodo, Bilbo could go invisible, and that was it.
And they're like, oh, let's make an entire 3 books about this now.
Yeah, then after that, but he created the Hobbit. Tolkien created the Hobbit as a
Children's
story for
book,
his
yeah.
kid. Yeah, for his kid, like a bedtime story for his kid.
Grandpa, wait, Dad, when is this bedtime story over? It's been 5 hours.
Ah, but now we're at the Battle of the 5 Armies, my son. Oh no, sorry, I skipped a few hours ahead. We're still at the point where they're figuring out how to get into the mountain.
Dad, it's 3 a.m., please.
No, son. I worked very hard on this book, and you're going to listen to me. Then he violently shoves his son's face into a pillow,
Wait,
but very slowly.
so he smothered his son to death.
No, he didn't smother him. He takes his son's face and going. You know when you have sudden outbursts of anger, and it's just like for that very small percentage a second, and then all of a sudden it's just you take it away and.
Oh, so like Luke in The Last Jedi. With
Yes.
Kylo.
Well, I don't think that was it. No, I think that was just like all of a sudden I'm paranoid.
No, he said he sensed darkness and then he had a fleeting moment of weakness, but he lost it as soon he regretted it, and then it was after he regretted it and decided against killing Kylo that Kylo decided to go AWOL. So, well, actually, Kylo had decided to go AWOL prior. He was already being influenced by Snoke, but Luke had regretted it before Kylo decided to stop.
Yes, but you also have to remember that Kylo just woke up with his uncle with a lightsaber over his head, like in a chopping
This is
position.
true. If Luke had turned it off, then maybe it wouldn't have been so bad.
Or if just Luke had, been what Luke was beforehand, and logical and calm, and not what he was in the movie, a completely different character.
Fun fact, George Lucas had actually planned that exact arc. Rian Johnson legit based Luke's arc in episode 8 off of George's original plan for the sequels.
Right.
That was fully confirmed.
That's
People would have hated Luke and George's sequels if he had made them.
I think people rate him because of the expanded universe thing, though.
Probably.
Because in the expanded universe, Luke, like Legends,
Luke
was the
is
most powerful Jedi ever.
In Legends, though, Luke is also the most static character ever. He does not develop at all. He's the same in the entirety of Legends. I'm glad they tried to develop him in the sequels, at least, even if it kind of backfired.
Yeah. I mean, I think like he should have evolved more in a. Not in the same way. Like I get like he gets.
I can see him being. I can see him going a hermit because he quote unquote failed Kylo, but I don't see him
trying to murder him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, hermit. Luke is fine. However, murder Luke. That's. I don't think that one's. I think Luke would have moved on from...
They already implied that something bad enough happened for him to become a hermit in Episode 7 because he had just disappeared, but prior to Episode 7, or prior to Episode 8, we didn't know why he had done that.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion... Well, actually, after Episode 9 came out, this became somewhat more of a popular opinion, but The Last Jedi is the best sequel in my opinion.
I'd say so, too. Actually, at least its story holds up. Episode 9's story just doesn't hold up at all. The only reason I had fun watching it was because I shut down my brain for the story.
I like Episode 9, but I don't think it performs even close to as well as any of the others.
I really dislike... I have somewhat of a seething hatred for the Force Awakens, though.
The Force Awakens?
Yes,
oddly enough, The Force Awakens is seen as the sequel movie that's the best by most of the community.
Yeah, but that's because it's basically a copy-paste of Episode 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Because you literally have everything for the Death Star. It's a bigger one. You have both the exhaust port, and you go inside of it. You got both of them. Also, you have Hux.
Hux was a lot better in Episode 7 than he was in 8 or 9.
He was more serious, but even then, I felt him to be a petty bitch. So that's why in Episode...
That's exactly why he betrayed the First Order in Episode 9, because he was too petty that he didn't get to be in charge. That's the exact reason he betrayed them.
I love that reason for him, though.
It fits his character so well. I was surprised people got mad about that, because it literally fit his character so well.
Yes. It would have been interesting for him to defect, yeah, but... I mean, no, at that point, Hux redeemed himself in my eyes because of that. And that was just so amazing. Like, I don't want you to win. I just don't want Kylo to win. It's so petty.
I actually don't have a problem with how Hux died, because it also fit Pride's character to do that as well.
Yes, but I think
Pride was actually one of the redeeming qualities of Episode 9, if it had any.
Yes, but... the only issue I had with Hux's death was how he was discarded. Because of how he was built up so much beforehand.
Just so suddenly?
Yes, but it's not a... it's not something I'm against because it fits well, because at that point he would have been discarded regardless. But I don't know. I think this is an issue with marketing versus storytelling.
To be fair, they did market it to where they already showed that Pride now had more power than Hux did before, because Snoke wasn't there to keep Kylo from shutting Hux down. The only reason Hux had so much power in Episode 8 and Episode 7 is because Snoke wanted him in a high position, but as soon as Kylo came into power, Hux was like, nope, Hux is down. He's only on the board of directors now, he's not in charge.
Well, that's because Hux is incompetent.
Yeah.
He was incompetent in Episode 7, just not shown as much. Incompetent in Episode 8.
One of the things... Like, I like the entire sequel trilogy. I think they're good movies. I don't think they're necessarily the best movies ever made. And
I think they're unnecessary movies.
I think they're unnecessary, but I do think they're good.
Like if
I
if
will
you were
say,
to propel the plot, you should have done it in a better way.
I will say, of all the things the sequels did, I will not forgive them for Phasma's character arc. That
Phasma
was horrid.
destroyed as well. I don't forgive them for killing Akbar silently in the background.
Oh yeah, that was messy. Of course, people were like, he should give the kamikaze scene to Akbar, not Holdo, but then I was like, maybe that's not the best idea since his name is Akbar.
Yeah, that's true. But you have to think it would have made more sense though, because
It would have made more sense for Akbar's character, but it also would have caused a lot of controversy for a character named Akbar to suicide bomb.
Well, I think what's
He could have done something else, but at the same time,
I think what you're confusing is Alawak. I love this.
that's exactly what it's supposed to be. That's why it would have caused controversy. But
That's what it's supposed to be, because it's Alawakbach, which means God is great.
I know, but there's a stereotype of terrorist suicide bombers saying that when they suicide bomb, which is not
because they're fanatics.
that's a stereotype. That's very much a stereotype. We know that's not what it actually means for Islam. We know that Islam is not.
It's not the I'm gonna blow myself up.
Yeah, that's not what it means at all. But it's become that kind of stereotype. So including that for a suicide bomb for Admiral Akbar in Star Wars could have caused some controversy there.
Yeah, but in this case, it wasn't a suicide bomb; it was a sacrifice, and
it was still.
It didn't feel like a suicide bomb. It felt like a sacrifice.
Well, I'm speaking more generally in terms of in line with something like 9/11, because 9/11 was a very similar situation. Except it wasn't for a good cause.
Was a heroic sacrifice.
No, it was. Well, for the Al Qaeda, it was probably a heroic sacrifice, but for everybody else, it wasn't.
Yeah. Even then, was it Al Qaeda?
I'm pretty sure it was either the Al Qaeda or the Taliban. I don't remember which. One of them. I just know it was Osama bin. It was Osama bin Laden's group. I know that much.
Oh, actually. I'm not gonna dwell too much on this because you're gonna get.
I don't like talking politics, and I want to clarify: Muslim people are good. There's nothing wrong with being Muslim. There's nothing wrong with the Islamic faith. It's the terrorists that are bad.
I like it.
There are Christian terrorists too. Trust me.
Well, what do you think the Crusades were?
That's exactly what they were. Terrorism. The Crusaders were terrorists.
What do you think Crusades were?
That's literally what the Crusades were. They were terroristical genocides.
It's happening on a smaller scale. Well, not a smaller scale, but with smaller groups for Muslim people, and way later. That's pretty much the only difference. But fun fact about Osama bin Laden: he was a gamer.
Yeah. Another fun fact about Osama bin Laden: he was allied with U.S. forces during the war in Afghanistan.
Oh, but the Taliban
the
were
US
also technically.
Yeah, the U.S. had actually supplied a lot of weapons and military supplies to the Taliban.
Yes,
and that's why they were able to retaliate the way they did against the U.S. So it kind of backfired on us.
Oh, and also, I think Taliban means, if I'm not mistaken, it means student. I was told this by someone from Dubai. And the reason for that is because the Taliban themselves, they were the children of people who had been in these, like, sort of training camps, but what are they called? Propaganda camps or something like that? Schools. And that's where I'm really butchering the actual explanation, but it's essentially it comes from there. And that's why they call themselves students or something like that. It's a very interesting story, actually, as to why they call themselves the Taliban.
Yeah. Either way, I think it can be agreed. The terrorist groups do not represent the religion of any members of any terrorist group, regardless of.
It's like people on the internet. You know, there's the majority typically isn't vocal, but there's a very vocal minority.
Yeah.
and they're the ones who do, and they have opinions that don't represent that of
This-
the majority most of the time.
This is somewhat, oddly enough, this is the more controversial take for specifically the internet, which is odd since we were just talking politics, and that should be more controversial. But The Last of Us Part 2, on stuff like Reddit, Metacritic, all that, it's like, oh, it's a decent to bad game, but on the PlayStation Store, it has a majority 4.5 stars. And it's odd to me that the ratings contrast it so sharply between user reviews on the PlayStation Store and user reviews on Metacritic.
Well, on Metacritic, everyone has access to it, and you have to remember that
On the
review
PlayStation,
bombings
by the way, on the PlayStation Store, you're required to own the game before you can review it.
Yeah,
So only people who own the game reviewed it on the PS Store.
Oh, I died. But yeah, but there's also the fact that on Metacritic
Is more
they
popular.
actually changed it now, but it's
They are moderating
review
review
bomb.
bombing.
Yeah, but beforehand, it used to be that you had to. Now you have to wait, I think, 24 hours or 48 hours before being able to put a review
Yeah.
on Metacritic.
They're also
But
moderating review bombing now too.
Because people were instantly review bombing it the moment
Yeah.
it came out, which
Positively
means that-
and negatively.
yeah, and at that point, people. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm very confident saying probably 100% of those people had not even played the game at that point.
At that point, most definitely not. They would not have even been able to finish like the first 2/3 of the game.
Like, even
It's a
people who got an
30-hour
early
game.
Review copy. I don't think they were.
Most
part of
people who
that.
gave it early review, who got early review copies, usually were critics that were given them. Unlike
Or-
Nintendo,
or
Nintendo
YouTubers.
Nintendo is usually the company that gives out like review copies to actual like content creators. Sony and Microsoft have usually just done it for actual critic like companies.
It's funny though, because when you consider that Nintendo was the one that was like, "No, you're not allowed to show any Nintendo things. I will claim your."
Well, they
videos."
don't do that anymore. They shut down that program, and now content creators
Yeah.
actually get the money from the full stop. They don't get a share.
Because before they had that weird program where it's like Nintendo's like, "Yes, we will allow you to have a percentage of the thing you worked on."
Yes, they removed that now, and thankfully they no longer take a share from creators, which is great. Although the Pokemon company still tries doing it sometimes, despite being half owned by Nintendo. So there is that.
Yeah, that's why you never play Pokemon ever again.
After a few months, Pokemon usually turns out fine, but like near the release date of the game, you'll usually get hard strike for Pokemon games. Any
Yes, most
footage
likely.
whatsoever.
It's a good thing they don't release. They release them like every 4 years, 2 years.
Pokemon games are usually released yearly. It just depends on what
Yearly?
kind. Yeah, this is actually the first year we aren't getting a actual like major Pokemon game release because they're doing the DLC for Sword and Shield this year instead.
Yeah,
But
that's also odd.
it was-
They didn't do DLC before. Now,
well,
did they?
it wasn't always yearly, but I will say in 2010 it was black and white. 2011 is black. It was in 2012 it was black and white too. 2013 was
X and Y.
X and Y. 2015 was Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But after 2015 they've been yearly because then 2016 was. 2016 was Sun and Moon. 2017 was Ultra Sun and Moon, and 2018 was Let's
Oh my
Go.
God, I've missed a lot of them because I thought the last one before Sword and Shield was X and Y.
No, it was Sun and Moon in between, and then after Ultra Sun and Moon, which was 2017, in 2018 it was Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, which is a remake of
yeah.
Fire Red and Leaf Green, but
I don't
without
think
the
that technically counts as a main game though.
No, they are main series games. They're counted as part of Generation 8, though. They're not Generation 7. They're not counted as part of Generation 8, which is the current one. And the only difference between them and the originals is that you don't fight during the actual battles of catching Pokemon. You only fight during,
Yeah, and you get that that gimmicky Pokeball.
You only fight
controller.
during actual trainer battles. Or legendary battles. Where's Gimli? Oh.
I'm Gimli. I'm the dwarf, obviously.
But in 2018 it was the Let's Go games. In 2019 it is Sword and Shield, and 2020 is the Sword and Shield DLC, which instead of a new game. I'm hoping in 2021 they do Diamond and Pearl remakes, like literally everybody else, but who knows?
And then they'll have the unknowns back in the series. Yes, the best Pokemon.
The fun fact, even if Unknown was in Sword and Shield, it would literally be one of the most useless Pokemon because...
No, it is perfect.
the move that Unknown has, the only move that Unknown has
no longer any effect.
It's not in Sword and Shield at all. It's literally not in the game. So if Unknown was in Sword and Shield, it literally would not be able to do anything.
Well, no, because then they would probably just have that move exclusively for that Pokemon.
Maybe, but Hidden Power was removed of all moves. They also removed Hidden Power from Sword and Shield, which was a fairly common move beforehand.
Huh.
Even Pokemon that had it prior to Sword and Shield didn't have it anymore.
But I mean, that's pretty much.
That's the only move that's the only move that Unknown has, by the way. It's Hidden Power.
It's pretty much the Pokemon Company's fault, though. Or was it Game Freak? Is that the company?
Game Freak.
Yeah, it's pretty much Game Freak's own fault, though, for every year trying to top itself by having more and more Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then re-implementing everything else.
When Crown Tundra comes out, the second DLC for Sword and Shield, they're probably going to have almost all of the older Pokemon in the game. There's still going to be some that aren't, but most likely most of them will be at that point.
Oh, I heard, from what I understood, there was like very few Pokemon they were bringing back with those DLCs.
No. In the first DLC, they added 200.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they added 200 of them.
Alright, just tell me when the unknowns are back. That's all I want to know.
At least I think it was 200 in the first DLC. It might be 200 overall, but I think it's 500 they're re-adding overall. About 500. There was a bit more than 200, but it's about... And then they're adding 500 overall to the entire thing. So Crown Tundra is going to be about 300.
Also, to be honest, the only reason I like unknowns is because they form letters and they're really weird.
Yeah.
and extremely weird. That's the only reason. I don't base it off of. I never really played Pokemon. Seriously.
I was into Sword and Shield, and I was gonna get the DLC, but I just haven't ever gotten to it. I'll get it eventually, but I don't feel like it right now. I don't feel like it's something I need to do. I'll probably just wait till both of them are out.
Yeah.
Because only the first one's out.
I haven't even gotten Sword and Shield because I mean the only Pokemon I play with is that Industrial Revolution Pokemon.
Wait, what?
What's he called? The one with the top hat that's also a smokestack, and he's just like an old. He's like just.
It's Galarian Wheezing.
Yeah, he's just like one of the older. He's just another He's just a Pokemon that already existed, and they added smokestacks to his head.
Yeah, Galarian Wheezing, Galarian. Well, I don't know if there's Galarian Coughing. I think it's just Wheezing, but they added. He was the one with the smokestack added to his head. He's just a variant of Gen 1 Wheezing with an added type. Exactly. Then you got Galarian Zigzagoon and Linoon with a new evolution, but their designs are based off of the band Kiss.
Huh.
Yeah.
Odd. It's also odd that Kiss is still a thing.
Do they even still make music?
I don't know if they make music, but I think they still do concerts. I might be wrong about that. I might be very wrong. I do not follow Kiss at all.
But yeah, the newer Pokemon game, I don't think it's that bad. At least not as bad as other people are saying. It doesn't have as much of a bad rap as, say, Battlefront 2 or The Last of Us Part 2. But it does have a bad rap to some extent. I will say that reception of it has improved ever since they added the first DLC, although not exponentially.
In exchange for money, we fix game.
Exactly.
Or
you got Animal Crossing, where even though they're fixing the game with free updates, they're still not happy that it was unfinished before the updates.
Well, it is a valid argument.
It is a valid argument. It's just odd to me how hypocritical it is. Like, people with people with Pokemon are like, game is fixed is good now, but people with Animal Crossing is like, game is fixed still bad because it wasn't day one.
Yeah.
Even though Pokemon is paid, Animal Crossing is free.
Yeah. I think it might be because they were expecting more hard labor. Oh
I
yeah, we
think
have
we
to do
might have to
Legolas.
use Legolas for this.
Yeah, he's the only one who can walk on tight ropes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's slower than them, too.
Yeah, but he's walking on the tight ropes. It's hard.
Okay, you're gonna have to be patient. I'm gonna get studs. We've been doing terrible on stud collection in this area.
I'm so bored. I'm killing myself.
Yep, that's definitely gonna help with stud collection for sure.
Yes. I'm so bored. Oh my god. It's been 5 seconds. Oh my god.
Bear with
Actually,
me.
There's someone I can't remember who it was, but they were talking. It was a YouTuber talking to another one. It was hilarious when they said that. They said that during a black screen. So you know when in commercials they go to black screens, like they fade out, fade in, black for like less than 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He said that in that time he instantly started getting bored.
Oh my god.
That's so rad. That's so fast.
I don't even... Most commercials usually just cut straight to the next commercial. There's usually not even a black screen in between them.
No, but like in the trailers for movies and stuff with the black screen. He said he legitimately got bored during those black screens.
Yo, I got bored during the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer when it cuts to black when he's fighting the entire gang. For sure, dude.
You did?
No, I was just mocking the guy we were just talking about. Pay attention.
Don't mock him. He's a Yogscast guy. He's a nice boy. He's just weird.
Yogscast still exists?
Well, yes, it does.
I didn't know that.
YogCon. It even finally got YogCon last year, I think.
I was unaware Yogscast was still popular. It's been years since I've listened to anything from Yogscast. Or watched anything from Yogscast. I forgot they're not a podcast.
Regularly.
The only YouTuber I watch regularly is Chugga Conroy. I don't know if you ever... Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. And evidently you have not. He's a pretty small channel, only 2 million subscribers. It's not much.
Even then, I don't know most people that I'm supposed to know on YouTube. I know PewDiePie because the first time I saw PewDiePie, I was like, who's this Discount Markiplier?
Discount Markiplier has more subs than him.
Yeah, no, the first time I saw PewDiePie was before he had more subs. Like, he still had 100.
Get over here, I need to pick you up.
Yes, pick me up. He had like 100,000 subs at the time. But I was into watching Markiplier, and the first reaction I got was, who's this wannabe Markiplier? And the funny thing people say about Markiplier is, why is he a wannabe PewDiePie?
But yeah,
I had the exact opposite.
Chugga Conroy is he's actually the only that I know of relevant Let's Play channel left. Like, he's the only channel I know of that still has at least 2 million subscribers that does LPs specifically. He is a Nintendo Let's Play channel. He Let's Plays Nintendo games.
No, I know Game Grumps do it.
Game Grumps doesn't do the same kind of Let's Play. It's more like unrelated commentary while playing the game. Chugga Conroy, he walks you through the game bit by bit, also telling you...
Mean he doesn't do a Let's Play, he does a walkthrough.
No, it's still an LP. He's playing it at his own pace, but he also walks you through everything. He 100%'s the game. He even shows you branching paths that he doesn't do in his main gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. It's a walkthrough.
He also
it's a walkthrough with a Let's Play, but
he also provides facts about the game that are not stated by the game itself, like secrets hidden in the game, stuff like that. He has bonus videos covering multiplayer modes, everything. He covers the games 100%.
Okay, so...
Are you going to go through this hatch? I need you to go through the hatch, Chief. I'm just sitting there talking about Chugga Conroy, and then you're just walking around doing nothing, even though you had to go through the hatch.
Yes.
You're taking your sweet time here, Chief.
No. Do you hear that? That's Saruman's voice. That's actually his power. The voice of Saruman, which is very powerful.
I remember it from the movie. He caused an avalanche with it.
No. It's a lot more powerful than that. Like, when you speak to Saruman, his voice convinces you to listen to him, and very few people are able to resist it. Like, extremely few people. Not even Gandalf is able to like go against it, to resist it.
Interesting.
Oh no, it actually is so powerful that, for example, if someone, it affects people differently, but sometimes people will, like, for example, if you disagree with Saruman, someone might get legitimately angry at you, even if you're doing a reasonable disagreement with him.
Interesting.
That's how powerful his voice is.
Just
It's-
if you murder somebody, be like low key. Oh yeah, Saruman told me to do it, dude.
Well, actually, yeah, in the books, like, even when he was known to be the one invading Rohan, he convinced the Rohan king that they should turn on Eomer, the cousin, and ostracize him, the cousin of the king. Not the cousin, the nephew. In the movie, it's because of Wormtongue and like that, but in the book, it's just legitimately Saruman who says, "Nah, this guy was like, he's messing your shit, man. He's like abandoning you and stuff. Yeah, I know I killed people. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You should listen. You should focus on him and ostracize him or something." And then they actually did.
I'm picking you up again.
Oh no.
You're,
But yeah,
Gimli's literally been the only. Okay, I'm going back. You have to turn to Sam.
No, no, no.
I was about to say
go.
Gimli's the only character that's been useful in this level, but then I get there and it's.
Yeah. Thank you for that. that's
Gimli has been the only character useful in this level up until now, when we now need Sam.
Well, also Legolas had a bit of a use before.
Legolas is literally the most useful character in this level. I have to carry you across snow.
No.
Constantly.
Any tall character can do it. It
Well,
doesn't have to be Legolas.
Pish posh, Legolas is better.
Yeah, no. He's an elf. He's an eye-feared...
Well,
he's an
Legolas
eye-feared
walks across the
wolf.
snow faster because he walks on top of it too.
They all walk on top of it.
No, I was Aragorn earlier and he walked through it.
Oh, they walk through it? Okay.
Yes.
Well, now I need Gimli.
You need Gimli? I swear to God, dude. Alright, turn into Gimli.
I also destroyed a skeleton man.
You can hold
Give me
down the
Gimli.
button. You can hold down the button.
No, there's not a feature that exists in my head canon. Where the fuck's Gimli?
It's a good question. Close it and
Where's Gimli?
close it and open it again. Or just do
Close
that.
it.
That works too.
I don't think that's how it works. In The Hobbit, they fixed that problem by having like a little. Oh, there it is. The plus thing. And then you can choose extra characters.
Oh hey, there's Merry and Pippin.
Yes. Oh, that's very nice of you.
I just murdered
you
Sam.
outlived your usefulness, Mr. Sam.
I have murdered Sam. Mr.
Wow.
Gamgee is no longer useful.
Mr. Gamgee, you've outlived your usefulness.
I don't think that's what Legolas sound. I think you were supposed to do something else down there because we still can't get across, Chief.
No, see, he's going down.
Oh. So you are now Mary. Because
Yes.
that's Sam you need for that, Chief.
Shh.
Wait, where is he?
He's over here. He's
Alright,
got his little
you were
shovel
too
out.
slow.
Ah! Sam, I was switching it. Ah!
I can't.
I'm dead now.
Gimli's
I can't
coming
speak.
back up too.
It's like TTT. I'm not allowed to speak when I die.
It's like Among Us.
Yes, but according to Nile, redacted, I'm not allowed to speak at all.
Not at all. Not at
Even
all.
though we agreed, like, oh yeah, we can talk not during.
You and Peanut just ended up not listening to him. I still muted myself because I don't trust myself to not be quiet.
Yes,
or
I
to
know,
be quiet.
because that last time when I killed you, you were just unmuted and you went, "Oh, are you kidding me?" And then people were like, "Oh, it stabs."
And then Peanut still voted for Matt.
Yeah.
I got a letter. Are you gonna come across? Oh wait, no, you can't
No.
yet.
I can't.
Minikit.
But yeah, no, he
I literally have to do this entire part just so you can get across.
I'm very good at not falling off the edge.
I can
Actually,
tell.
one of the the mini-kit codes, the red brick codes, I mean, that you can use to unlock things in this game is one that prevents you from dying when you fall off. You just jump
Huh.
back on.
So it's like the observatory in Mario Galaxy. If you
I
jump
have
off
no
the,
idea.
basically
Actually, I
in.
bought the 3D All Stars.
Oh, you did? I bought it, and it's not supposed to come till Monday because it's being shipped by FedEx. So.
Yeah, but you see, the way I did it was I went like, okay, I'm gonna pre-order it because I'm afraid that people might jump on it, and Nintendo's
They did.
artificial
They
scarcity.
did.
Oh, but not in Canada though.
Not in
It
Canada?
was fully in stock in all the Best Buys in Canada.
Not in the
I just went there and
U.S.
bought it.
In the U.S., it's been sold out for at least a week now.
Oh wow, but it came out yesterday.
I know. It was sold out from just pre-orders alone.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, in Canada they were fully stocked. Like I just went there in person because I knew that it would probably be that. I pre-ordered it in Amazon, then I canceled the pre-order because like no, I don't want to wait like 3 days. I'll just wait for it to come out and take the physical. And if I can't get the physical,
You
I'll
just
buy
walked
it
straight off the cliff.
I wasn't paying attention, I'll be honest. But look, I'm bored. Oh, I punched you.
You can also get
punched
across
Aragorn.
now. You gonna come over?
I'm the real Gondorian here, Aragorn. I am Boromir, son of Denethor, the Steward of Gondor. We need no king.
Hey, Big Brain, you can get across now.
I doubt this to be true.
Well, it might be supported by the fact that literally everyone else is here.
I doubt this to be true. This seems... Gandalf, come with me. Magic.
Do you mind, Chief?
Magic. Magic. There goes Gandalf.
Just disappearing into the snow, as he does.
Well, it's... How do you think he became Gandalf the White?
Got a point. Also, the reason I pre-ordered, I was gonna get 3D All-Stars digitally if pre-orders physically closed, but then Walmart opened them out of nowhere again, so I got it from Walmart, and then less than 2 hours later, they were closed again.
Wow.
So, I got it from Walmart. It was supposed to come on Friday, but then FedEx decided to be the shipping company, and then, now I'm getting it Monday. FedEx just gets its grimy little hands on every company, so it can ship stuff.
Well, you know how a lot of how Walmart saves its money is by having terrible shipping.
Yeah.
And
it gave me the option to pick it up in store, and now I wish I did that because I would have had it yesterday. I would have had it yesterday if I did that.
You should have.
I regret not doing that.
Shipping to home is convenient when you want to be lazy, but you're better off always going and getting it.
I don't know why I didn't get it in store. I regret not doing it, but now I'm having it 2 days late as a result.
Yes. Wait, let me just save the game. Because this game was made by Bethesda. You never know when it's gonna crash.
Sure. Totally.
Yes. Actually, I do enjoy Bethesda games a lot. But
that being said, even though my shipment was delayed by 2 days, I have found things to do in my free time, like Among Us yesterday and this today.
You found things to do in your free time because without 3D All Stars, you would have literally just been sitting there.
Yep.
Nothing.
It's not like I own at least 200 games that I can select to choose to play.
Well, I mean. The issue with having too many games is you then don't know what to play and you don't feel like playing anything.
Well, I often feel like playing like specific games. Right now, I'm just going through a lot of Lego games recently.
Yes, because I made you play The Hobbit.
Well, I've been playing Lego games in general recently. I'm almost done with the complete saga actually again.
Did you record it or no?
No.
Oh, you should have.
I am already recording at least 5 series on my LP channel right now. I'm doing The Last of Us 2, Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening.
You didn't finish Breath of the Wild?
Not yet. I've been doing Breath of the Wild since 2017, and I'm still not done.
Oh my god! I finished that game in like.
I didn't finish the first Last of Us until 2018.
I finished that game in like a few hours though, like not that long, and I did a lot of.
No, I'm talking about my LP specifically. I finished Breath of the Wild in my non-LP playthrough in the year it came out, but in my LP playthrough, it took me until unknown because I still haven't finished.
It took me until. Wait a minute.
If I continue the pace I'm going with my Last of Us 2 LP, though, I should have it done by November of this year, which is good because it took me 2 years to do the LP of the first game.
Yes, you're very efficient at games.
I'm working at a pace of 2 videos a day on my YouTube channel, regardless of which LP it is. And I'm really close to finishing Link's Awakening, actually. I'm almost done with that game.
I'm at the final bit for Link's Awakening, but then I forgot how most of the bosses work, so I'm like, and you just fight all of the bosses at the end.
Oh, that part's really easy, though. It's easy to figure it out.
But the thing is there's one specific... Most of them I can do, but there's one I completely forgot how to do.
Which one?
I can't remember. I think it's the third one.
The third boss?
Yes, in terms of the order you get it.
What does it do? Like, what does the boss do?
I can't remember.
That's not helpful.
I think it's the mouth, the one that, takes the shape
The one
of
in the floor?
dungeon. Yes. I can't
That
remember.
one you have to bomb. You have to bomb its face. That's literally the last boss I did in my LP, like on YouTube. So that's why I remember it so well.
Oh, that's
because it's the most recent one I did.
Because I think I figured it out as well. I can't remember what it is. It's been a while since I played it too, and I just stopped playing it because of that. Because I was like, I have to look it up, because I can't go back. I'm not gonna replay the thing just because I forgot this. But...
Just look it up.
Yeah, and that's all I'm probably gonna do.
But yeah, I'm almost done with my LP of Link's Awakening on my LP channel, and I only have 2 dungeons left, but then since I'm doing the Switch version, I want to actually show as much as I can of the game, like, a la the Shogun guy I was talking about earlier.
Has another version than the Switch version?
Oh, you weren't aware that it's a remake?
Yes, I know it's a remake.
Yeah, that's the...
But I'm pretty sure
Game
you
Boy
can't record it on the original Game Boy.
I mean, if you emulate it...
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or if you use the SNES Game Boy Player or the GameCube Game Boy Player, you can also play it on your TV.
Oh yeah? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
because the SNES and GameCube had extensions that let you play Game Boy games
anything.
on them.
I didn't say anything.
And then the Wii U and 3DS also had Virtual Console, but the Wii U didn't have Game Boy. It only had Game Boy Advance, while the 3DS had Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
I didn't say anything. I'm sorry.
Are we supposed to have... do you have the last piece of wood?
I might have it, but I don't think so.
No. What about...
Maybe,
no, put
maybe
down
pick
Sam.
it up as another character.
It's not
no,
Boromir.
I'm pretty sure it's one of the...
It's not Frodo. It's not Gimli. It's not Aragorn. We are missing wood.
So we're missing the wood. Thannus, what have you done with the wood?
I'm checking these crates with Gimli real quick.
Sorry, Brazilian Thannus, as Thannus is, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, that's what it was. Coyote that gave me
its
name.
It was Cactus. Coyote's not Brazilian.
Oh yeah, Cactus. I forgot.
How did you confuse Coyote?
Because in our community, I was named Thannus, like Avengers Thanos, but then I forgot.
I can't remember what I named. In what thing I named.
There's a tree up there that needs to be grown. I don't know what's going on, but that needs to be grown up there. This one right here. See that?
I don't remember struggling on this bit though. That's the weird part.
Neither do I. Figured it out. We were supposed to smash the raft that was on the river.
Yes.
How did we not?
I remember that one time you were called Ganon, just because you you TK'd yourself.
I temporarily PK'd myself as a joke. It was actually as an April Fool's joke, but nobody picked up on it, and I was sad.
No one. That's because no one ever picks up on your April Fool's joke. I think that's your disconnection with social interaction.
When I said, "Oh, Camp Bastion's turning back into undead guys," no one picked it up at first, even though it was very much April Fool's.
I picked it up very quickly because at first I was like, "Is this a joke?" And then I started getting convinced. And then I checked instantly because I'm also in the same Discords with Cheesy, so I could easily see if it was the same character, the same person. I was like, no, that's not him, that's Thannus. But I was looking at it, I was like, as soon as I figured out it was you, I was like, people are gonna get pissed off at you.
Oh, they did. There were people who left because of it.
You had to apologize and everything.
Yeah, because they couldn't take a joke. I'm sorry, but I will say
too
it's
soon.
it
was way too soon.
I will say it was pretty soon after, and I regret doing it so soon. But I will also say there were a lot of people that left because they didn't know it was a joke and left because they thought it was actually happening.
Yeah, and some
And
people just
there were
stayed
some
away
people
because
that
of it.
just didn't have a sense of humor, because there were some people that left because it was too soon, but they did think it was funny. There were some people that left because they didn't think it was funny, but they knew it was a joke. Then there were the people.
because I think you went too far with it.
Yeah.
You put too much into making it convincing, which was the issue.
For the 2021 April Fool's joke, I'll try to be a bit more considerate.
Yes, and also try to make it actually work. Try to have people not.
Okay, I think you need to shoot the tentacles.
No, they eventually come down and you smack them.
I've seen the red glowy bits on them every now and then.
Yeah, the red glowy bits is the next one that's gonna attack. It attacks, and then you just go to it and then you smack it.
Epic. This is one of the most confusing bosses ever.
That's not that confusing.
I like how Frodo's just still over there, just winding around in the water, not being helped as we're just attacking the rest of the tentacles.
Yeah, but we have to get rid of all. Oh no, it's got more tentacles now.
I don't remember seeing its eyes and mouth in the movie.
No,
or seeing a spot I can.
Maybe the extended edition.
Or seeing a spot I can conveniently throw Gimli at.
Yes, very convenient. But maybe in the extended editions, they showed a bit more of the beast. I don't know. I think this is what they call a creature of the deep.
I think you need to
like these unknown creatures
shoot his eyes.
In the Lord of the Rings that not even Tolkien describes at all.
Ah.
I think this is it's supposed to be one of them. I'm not sure though.
Question: Do you plan on getting the Breath of the Wild Hyrule Warriors?
I'm debating it.
I liked the first Hyrule Warriors, but it wasn't always my cup of tea. And Age of Calamity looks cool to me, and I also like the fact that it's actually like the first canon Zelda spin-off, but at the same time it's also a Warriors game, and I'm not too good at those.
I find it very weird that
Nintendo
are going all in with Breath of the Wild. They never do this with a Zelda game typically.
Well,
like
well, first of all, shoot its eye. Second of all,
nah.
Twilight Princess Link was the face of the franchise for years until Breath of the Wild came out. Like,
yeah, but
they still show Twilight Princess Link on a lot of key art.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is with every game they move on to a new story and a new that's not easily directly connected. Typically.
Well, for Breath of the Wild, they're
still. We're making Breath of the Wild 2. We're making the prequel spin-off.
Well, for Breath of the Wild, there's also still a lot of story for them to tell, though. Like, there's actually stuff left.
Well, there's always story for them to tell if they want to, but still.
The end of Breath of the Wild directly alluded to Link and Zelda actually doing more things, though, which future Zelda games haven't really done. Or past Zelda games haven't really done.
It was built to be like that as well, which is very weird for Nintendo to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every Nintendo Zelda game has been... Every Zelda game, it's been like a different timeline. Every time. It's not been the same... Well, I mean, I know there's a very...
Do you want me to explain the Zelda? Do you want me to explain the Zelda timeline?
3 distinct timelines.
I will explain the entire timeline to you if you get me going. Trust me, I know the entire thing.
What I mean by it is, from the person who doesn't dig into lore that deep, and like just someone who plays the next game, you feel like it's a different timeline.
Yeah.
And Nintendo has always done this. However, with Breath of the Wild, it's very obvious that it is. It's confirmed that it is.
The reason they've been able to do Breath of the Wild so openly compared to the rest of the other Zelda games is because they decided, okay, we're reunifying the timelines. Breath of the Wild takes place at the end of every timeline. It didn't necessarily join up the timelines, but it takes place at the end of every game. Like, eventually Breath of the Wild happens regardless of which timeline you're in.
That does make sense though, considering that it is like really the end. Like the hero of time has already existed like many times before, and before that there was another legend of the hero of time.
What confused people the most is with Breath of the Wild, before they confirmed the timeline placement, they mentioned games that took place in different timelines from one another in Breath of the Wild's story, so people were confused about the timeline placement because, in one hand, it mentioned Twilight Princess, but on the other hand, it mentioned something like Link to the Past, and those are in different timelines, and they were confused by that. Same goes for the place names, because in the game, different places have different names. And a lot of the names are based off of characters from every timeline.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I guess Breath of the Wild did actually join together timelines. It didn't just, like, eventually happen, regardless of which timeline. It actually did join them together.
It does seem to join them a lot. And I like how Ganon is, like, they completely changed how Ganon is and what he is, per se. Like,
well, Breath of the Wild, too, is bringing...
He's sort of a pig man.
Well, he's still a boar-type creature in Breath of the Wild, just gigantic.
Yes, that's his final one.
Yeah.
But he's a lot more. He's more of a cosmic entity.
Eldritch abomination.
Yeah, kind of entity where he doesn't have a defined physical form.
They specifically call it Malice in Breath of the Wild. In Breath of the Wild, you can see, like, specific, like, humanoid features when you fight specifically Calamity Ganon, but then Dark Beast Ganon is just his boar form.
Yeah, it's just like his spirit form taking shape.
Although in Breath of the Wild, too, they're apparently bringing, like, the dwarf version of him back, so I don't know how that's going to work, because...
The what?
Ganondorf.
Oh, Ganondorf.
Yeah, like his human form.
Oh,
which is confusing to me, because... in every timeline, the original Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time is dead now. Because Ocarina of Time Ganondorf in the Twilight Princess timeline died in Twilight Princess when Link stabbed him through the chest. In the Wind Waker timeline, he died when Link stabbed him through the head. In the Link to the Past timeline, he just flat out died in Link to the Past.
He's a corpse. They show him in the trailer, though.
This is true, but... he could still potentially be he still could potentially be a different Ganondorf, because even though in most of the games the Ganondorf that's appeared has been the one from Ocarina of Time, he's still cursed. Demise still cursed himself to be revived as well. So eventually he's gonna die for good, and then he's gonna show up in a new reincarnation, just like Link and Zelda do. It's not always gonna be the same as Ocarina Ganon. The only Ganondorfs that have not shown up as the same one are the ones from... I'm trying to think. Actually, literally just the one from A Link to... or not... Four Swords Adventures. Because they reincarnate Ganon. They don't resurrect Ganon in that game. They reincarnate him. So, that's a new Ganon. But it's, again, it's based off of Ganon's beast form, so there was no Ganondorf to this one, and he has no human ideas. He's literally just beast in Four Swords Adventures, because they reincarnated only that part of him. Do you have a wheel?
So he doesn't think, in other words,
he's literally just all... I mean, he still has, like, human movement, he still has his armor, his trident, his attacks, all that kind of stuff, but he's more beast than man, basically. But Four Swords Adventures Ganon is so far the only one that isn't the resurrected version of Ocarina Ganon.
That's interesting.
Although they haven't confirmed whether or not Breath of the Wild Ganon is or not.
I think Breath of the Wild Ganon, they just resurrect him.
I think Breath of the Wild Ganon is actually... I want to hope, actually, that Breath of the Wild Ganon is a reincarnation like Link and Zelda usually are. Because that would actually change things up for once. Because so far...
he's resurrected, though, considering they have his corpse, and I think
Yeah.
his beast form spirit will just seep into that body and just sort of resurrect them.
Yeah. Although I do want to know why he had different forms if his corpse is still present alongside his beast form.
I don't know.
And there's no, of course, well, obviously the Master Sword isn't in him since Link has the Master Sword, but at the same time, there's no visible actual wound on his corpse in Breath of the Wild 2.
Well, that's... Yeah, but you didn't see a lot of his corpse. You just saw
This
his
is true.
corpse, per se.
Although most people think that where the hand was grabbing him is where, specifically Twilight Princess Ganondorf was stabbed, because he was stabbed in the chest at the end of that game. So there are people theorizing that Breath of the Wild may not actually be in all three timelines, and it's a continuation of Twilight Princess's timeline now, because that's where Ganondorf died in Twilight Princess, in the chest. And that's where the hand's grabbing him and sealing him.
I don't know.
But that being
it's
said,
just a
Calamity
reference.
Ganon also attacked 10,000 years prior to the original Breath of the Wild's timeline, so...
Yes.
Which we don't know how that happened, but we know it involved the Guardians, the Sheikah stuff, and that has not happened in any other Zelda game so far.
Well, yeah, but Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is at the end, 10,000 years could be way, way, way after
Yeah. But
everything else.
we know that none of that stuff existed in the older games, so that means the older games take place at least 10,000 years before Breath of the... Well, 10,100
More
years.
than 10,000 years.
Yeah, more than 10,000 years before Breath of the Wild, which is insane to me that they just... Of course, we've never had actual, time measurements for the games.
You gotta shoot it. You gotta shoot it.
We've never had actual, estimations of how long the Zelda games take place from one another, but,
I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be, of great time, so much so that people can't remember the past.
It is heavily implied that Twilight Princess Link is the next incarnation directly after Ocarina of Time Link, because the hero shade in Twilight Princess is Ocarina of Time Link, canonically.
Oh.
Because he was apparently regretful that he could not teach anybody his skills, so that's why he comes back to life and then teaches...
Skeleton boy?
Yeah, that's the hero shade.
Yeah, but he's dead now. He's
Yes,
an undead
it's his
person,
it's
so
his
fine.
spirit teaching Twilight Princess Link, but
Yeah,
since
but he
he
could still
ne-
have been a spirit for 5,000 years. Though.
That I know, but I'm saying Twilight Princess Link would have had to be the next incarnation after him in that timeline, because he had unfinished business because he never taught anybody his skills that he had, and
Yeah,
when he teaches Twilight Princess Link, he fades away. He doesn't exist anymore. He goes to the Beyond Realm.
But that doesn't mean that there wasn't another Link that existed and just never got taught by him. It doesn't exclude that possibility.
True, you got a point there. But I find it unlikely that Oot Link would have just ignored one of those links. Because they... Also, it's...
Oh, maybe he saw he saw the Wind Waker one, and he went like, no,
That's not even this. That's not even the same timeline.
I know it's not the same time.
The Wind Waker timeline is the one where Ocarina of Time Link lived in his adult. So an Ocarina of Time Link in the Wind Waker timeline would have actually been able to be popular and actually get students while he was still alive. But Twilight Princess Link, that's the child timeline when Link goes back in time to live out his childhood days. So Link in that game literally is not famous. He's not well known for anything, so he would not have gotten any students.
Mm-hmm. I like how you finally figured it out. It took you that long. I didn't want to interrupt you for once, but I'm thinking I should have interrupted you that one time.
Because it took me so long to finish the puzzle.
And you're the one who's saying before, you just were standing there this whole time I was talking and doing.
Well, I was still doing stuff. I was smashing a bunch of stuff to get studs.
Yes, and not doing the actual puzzle. Mr. Hypocrite.
I was explaining Zelda. It requires intense focus.
Yes, I can imagine. But because it's so vague, someone who doesn't know anything about it can just bring out an argument that destroys most of the arguments.
Yeah. I do feel compelled to at least give a basic rundown of the timelines just by saying the titles of the games.
Just a basic 20-minute rundown.
No, just the titles of the games alone. So the ones that shared by every timeline are...
Wait, do you still have any viewers? Because I don't think you're going to have any.
I have one viewer.
Oh, that's good.
literally the timeline. It starts like there are 4 games shared by every timeline, which are Skyward Sword, Minish Cap, Four Swords, and Ocarina of Time. Those are in every timeline in that order.
Or if you want to be more proper, Ocarina.
And then after that, it splits. There's the timeline where Link dies, the timeline where Link goes back in time to live his childhood, and then there's a timeline where Link stays in the future as an adult. The one where he stays in the future as an adult is the Wind Waker timeline, and the Hero of Time is not resurrected for some reason. So that's why it all floods. And the Wind Waker timeline is Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. Then the Child Link timeline is the one where he goes back in time as a child. That one is Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Four Swords Adventures. And then
Wind Waker.
No. And then the one where Link dies is the one with all of the 2D games. So that one is I need to remember the order. A Link to the Past. It's a Link to the Past. For Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening. Then it's Link Between Worlds, then Triforce Heroes, then Zelda 1, then Zelda 2. Link's Awakening still canonically took place, because the island did actually form, but it was out of the Windfish's dream. So, all of the people on the island did exist, they just ceased to exist once Link woke up the Windfish.
Okay, because that's what I thought happened. I mean, they were heavily implying it was a dream the whole time. It wasn't very subtle.
The end credits, the true ending of Link's Awakening confirms that the Windfish does in fact exist, and the island was the Windfish's dream, so that's how I'm so certain about that.
Okay.
Where's Legolas?
Yeah, and now we gotta go back to where my comfort zone. Playing Lego games.
Yes. But I was just basically explaining that's the order they all put. And then at the end of every timeline is Breath of the Wild.
Well, yes. Because it is apparently the best Legend of Zelda. According to a select group.
Nintendo, you mean?
No, not according to Nintendo. According to a select group of Nintendo fans.
What do you think is the best Zelda game, in your opinion?
I think Wind Waker is one of the best ones, to be honest.
I think Twilight Princess is the best one.
I haven't played Twilight Princess, so I can't judge. I haven't played all of them. I played Legend of Zelda 2.
Really?
Yes.
I think that's the one probably the least amount of people have played, honestly.
It's one of the only ones I've played, but I've played Link's Awakening, the remake, of course. I played Phantom Hourglass, but not that a lot. Spirit Tracks I played a lot, which I really enjoyed. I didn't play Wind Waker, but just looking at it and the gameplay from it is it's just so amazing. It would be one of my perfect games.
The reason I think Twilight Princess is one of the best Zelda games is thematically it's literally designed like story-wise and thematically wise as like an epic fantasy movie. Like it's literally Twilight Princess. It literally makes it seem like it's inspired directly by like old fantasy movies that are meant to be like extremely epic. Like it feels kind of like Lord of the Rings, actually, to be honest.
Do you know what? Actually, do you know what an epic is? An actual epic?
Not like in terms of drama or theater, but like I'm seeing like epic, like the game is
even
epic.
Movie-wise, like the term epic, specifically refers to a story which either has to do with God, like divinity, like the character has to do with divinity, or having to do with like events that lead to the fate of that will define the fate of the world. That's what an epic is.
Well, I just mean the adjective epic, like it is epic, and nowadays the adjective epic is used to just mean like quote unquote awesome or extremely cool, whatever.
Well, it's hard to say because all of those words also have their own meaning.
Yeah.
That doesn't apply anymore because awesome just means something that inspires a lot of awe. Which is
Yeah.
why it was used in the first Star Wars movie to describe the Empire.
You at least know what I mean by epic, though, right?
Yes, I know what you mean. I'm just saying that even in movie making terms, that's the actual official.
Like, I feel like if
word,
Twilight
epic.
Princess was a movie, it would actually work well as a movie, basically.
But if it does involve the fate of the world, it is an epic.
To some extent, yeah.
So it is an epic by the definition of it.
But I think, I not only think Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game, but it is my favorite game, period. I mean, not Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess.
Breath of the Wild, you fanboy.
No, Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda game and my favorite game, period.
I think also it's the only dark one per se, like quote unquote, like in its
Majora's Mask would disagree.
Yes, Majora's Mask, but
And
I
apparently
mean, it's
Breath
a
of the
very
Wild too.
detailed dark universe compared to Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah. There's
And it's
literally
never
like
been done after.
scenes pulled straight out of like Eldritch Horror from Twilight Princess. I would have to show you one of the cutscenes to explain exactly what I'm talking about, but it gets actually really crazy in some of those cutscenes.
Well, I had a friend who had to do for school an analysis. I make pun. But no, Dad, goddamn, you say it for me.
An analysis.
Thank you. I'll just plug in your voice there, just like over poorly dubbed over. But basically, he had to do that for one of Lovecraft's books. So I helped him along the way doing the analysis part because I'm pretty good at that. And yeah, I'm quite familiar with Lovecraft per se because of that. Well, like more so his style and how it how Eldritch Horror sort of works.
I would it may not be quote unquote Eldritch Horror then, but I would have to show you one of the cutscenes to show you exactly what I'm talking about because it's hard to explain. But it is like there are some cutscenes that like little kids could probably be scared by in Twilight Princess.
Oh, yeah,
I will say it definitely deserves its teen rating, which while most other Zelda games have E ratings, Twilight Princess is rated T.
Yeah,
so.
but that's like Majora's Mask as well, you could argue.
Majora's Mask is rated E10 and up still.
Still, you could argue that it should be rated a bit higher.
Yeah. Back in N64 days, they were a bit less strict on that, though.
Well, they're not that strict about it now as well. I mean, gambling is considered E for everyone. With loot boxes and stuff.
Well, Overwatch is rated T, but I don't think it's for teenagers either.
Look at 2K, any 2K sports game.
Oh,
They
yeah.
always have loot boxes. They're always rated E.
Yeah, that's an issue. Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite doesn't have loot boxes, but it does have a lot of microtransaction stuff.
Oh,
and they don't.
You don't need loot boxes to be egregiously.
Fortnite doesn't get in. Fortnite doesn't get in trouble for it because none of them are required for gameplay.
By Apple for doing its targeted harassment campaign
it's
against the...
already off the App Store, and now they're getting sued for the targeted harassment too.
Yeah, exactly, because it's literally something that's illegal. You can't do that. I mean, I don't know what...
Apple has a monopoly over the App Store that they own.
Yes.
That was their entire campaign. Apple is running a monopoly here, even though they literally own the App Store and the devices.
Their whole campaign was this. It's not we do this to fight for others. It's no. We want more money to come from. We want to get more money out of the deal because we think that Apple's 30% is egregious, which is a good argument. But then they also go, yeah, but now we're gonna objectively go against the terms of the service knowingly
instead of
prepare a lawsuit beforehand.
Instead of lobbying against it in a manner that doesn't involve us breaking terms and conditions.
And also making it just screwing over a lot of players.
Thankfully, the court overruled Apple's decision to just straight up ban any Unreal Engine games, so Unreal Engine games are still safe on the App Store. But
yeah, but that's the thing. That was another thing.
all of
This
Epic
war
Games
was-
titles have been removed from the App Store. Not even just Fortnite. All of them.
Yeah, I understand that. Just because it's a targeted harassment campaign. Why would you want to have any association with them?
Exactly.
But no, there was a lot of that was the terrible bit, because a lot of people use the Unreal Engine, and that was Apple going, you know what? I'll hurt thousands just so you stop, so you
Yeah.
like settle down, just because we know that you make a lot of money off of it.
This is really unpopular for some reason, but I actually side with Apple's side here, but them trying to remove every Unreal Engine game was unreasonable.
I just say both corporations are quite disgustingly
Yes.
greedy.
I'm
but
saying that Apple was in the
Epic
legal
was
right
definitely
in
the
this.
wrong.
In the
Yes,
legal
Apple
wrong,
was in the
yes.
right. Epic was just a jackass, and Apple responded as a jackass.
You know, Google responded very similarly to Apple. They're probably doing a suit as well. But
Yeah, but
they're not
Google was
doing-
very silent about it.
Google also isn't being sued, or Epic isn't running a campaign against Google, even though Google had the exact same response as Apple. So they're probably not suing for the same thing as Apple
because
is.
Google is so much, it can defend itself so much easier from a harassment campaign. They're Google, they own YouTube, they own a lot of things. Also, I
Yeah.
like that Boromir scene of like, I'm still.
But like, Fortnite even didn't, or Epic didn't even try running a harassment campaign against Google. They just flat out didn't do anything.
Well, because they probably thought Apple was the only one they had a chance against,
Probably.
and I think that's.
I mean,
true,
their
but-
mobile Apple was the bigger source of income for Fortnite on the App Store.
Yeah, that too. But regardless, I was just so stupid. That was just so stupid. It just served. It was a pointless thing, and it just served to hurt a lot more people that had nothing to do with this.
And at this point, it is probably served as very financially disastrous for Epic themselves as well.
Yeah, well, it serves them right, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, I legitimately don't buy anything on the Epic Store anymore.
Neither
because
do I.
Because of many things.
The only things I get on the Epic Store are the free games they give out. That's it.
I don't even give that, because I don't want to give them any support. I'm very principled, so if I have a principle, even if it sucks a lot for me, I will uphold it.
Turn around.
No, you have to go.
Turn around. You gotta
gotta
turn
go.
around. You gotta turn around.
No,
We
you-
literally can't do anything
Look,
over there.
look,
You have to turn
look,
around.
trust me. You gotta fall. You gotta trust me, okay?
I can turn around at will. Oh my god. Turn around. You can turn around at will.
No, I can't. I swear. Look.
Watch me.
I-
Watch that. See that?
No, I don't think that works.
You just did it.
No, I didn't.
We need Sam over here. Get over there.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Hey there, how you doing, dude?
You need to move. Keep going. I'm gonna need you to keep going,
We're not
Chief.
talking about something irrelevant to the game. I'm just messing about.
You're intentionally screwing us up, my dude.
No, I'm not. It's perfectly fine. You're intentionally screwing us up now. Get over here.
I thought that would work.
No, it doesn't work like that. It's a Lego game. When has that ever worked in a Lego game?
Yes.
Exactly.
Look, Lego games usually don't make you take fall damage, okay? Only if you fall off cliff
no,
into
that's
an
'cause
abyss.
You're falling out of the map. That's why you're dying.
But
It's
I
not
was
fall
still
damage.
above the area at which I needed to go.
Yes, you were, but it's falling out of the map that killed you.
Hmm.
Because look, if anyone could do it, think about it logically. If that could work, then any character could come down there without the door, and thus it would be useless for it to have a door.
Yeah, but then
how
they
did I
couldn't
miss
get
that?
back up.
Yeah, that too. But still, actually, there is a bug in this game you can do during the Balrog fight scene with Gandalf on the mountain. You can glitch yourself. My friend actually glitched himself the first time I played with him, and we couldn't progress anymore. And basically, it's the Balrog did something that shot him up into the sky, and with that, he went into an area he shouldn't have accessed into the story mode.
Uh,
And then he was stuck there, because the lightning, when you get the lightning sword, it basically prevents you from moving, so he couldn't even move anymore, and he couldn't target the Balrog. It was quite a peculiar thing. Yeah, we had to restart the mission.
I think after this level, I'm pretty much set to be done for the day.
Well, yeah, I think so too. That's why I wanted to start earlier, so we didn't end too late. You gotta go back to Florida, so we have the same time zone.
No, I'm good. That place was. I admit California is too blue, like it's way too liberal, but I have never been in a state that was too conservative until now. Florida was the most conservative. Yes, it is very much conservative from what I could see when I was there.
The political spectrum of.
From what I could see in Florida, Florida was very much a very conservative state, and it is as much too conservative as California was too liberal. So I did not enjoy my time in Florida, partly because I enjoyed being in Florida, but I did not enjoy that part of Florida.
Huh.
I'm Gandalf again.
Also, I like how Florida is like one of the epicenters in the U.S. for the pandemic currently as well.
Yeah, and then they're like, it's only happening in blue states. But Florida's a red state, so... No,
that's the thing people are saying?
Republicans are trying to say that it's only happening in Democratic-controlled cities, which it was at first, but that's only because most of the major cities in the U.S. are Democratic. It's purely a population schematic. It has nothing to do with political party. But they're saying that COVID is only happening in those states because they're Democratic.
You could make a political argument there that most major cities in the U.S. are liberal. And even in a conservative state.
Yes, Chicago is a very liberal city, but Illinois is very conservative.
Yeah, so you could make it's quite an interesting dynamic when you think about it.
I'd like to mention
the major city is liberal.
And this is something I said yesterday during my Half-Life stream, but I'd like to mention it. Like before I really identified with a political party, I didn't really know anything about politics, but when I started getting into politics, I just started noticing a lot more liberal policies seem to just be more common sense than a lot of the conservative policies do. And this isn't a knock about conservatism at all. Like, there are some really good conservative policies. I know some really good conservative people, but the liberal policies just seem to be more consistently intelligent.
Well, because liberalism initially was based on this common sense ideal of evolution, whilst conservatism is more of a traditionalist view on things.
That's exactly what liberal and conservative mean, like definition-wise, the words themselves. Conservative is conserving the past. Liberalism is actually moving on forward with advancements.
Yes, exactly, which is why that you have these, which is logical for the liberals to be more common sense most of the time, because they're moving towards something that you learn from the mistakes of the past, whilst conservatism, you keep the traditions regardless of if it's bad, good or bad.
Become very clear this year.
Oh no, Trump has nothing to do with it.
Well, yeah, I'm well aware.
The only reason Trump's with conservatives is he actually said this in an interview. If he ever went for president, he'd say he'd go with Republicans because it's easier to become president through Republicans than through the Democrats.
Historically, this has been the case, which is odd because Democrats do have the higher population count in the U.S. because they take over literally the majority of the cities that are actually major. And they also have the higher populations in the higher population states, too.
You forget something very important with the American election system. That is...
The popular vote does not matter. It's only electoral college. The electoral college is the only vote that matters, and it's rigged.
Yep. It's the greater electors whose vote matters, and the amount of people they vote for. So even if you have one more person than the other guy, if he's got more greater voters for him, he wins.
Yeah.
And he takes everything.
One of the recent Republican catchphrases, so to speak, has been silent majority, which technically is not true. And
no, it's just that most
in
states
either
are
regard,
conservative, but
most states are conservative, yes, but
the rest of the population
most people in America are not. So
yeah,
it's
but
inaccurate.
that's because there's like a lot of states that have like 5 people in them. Well, I say 5 people. I'm exaggerating, of course.
It's also inaccurate in that conservatives and Republicans have in no way been silent at all.
I mean, I think Trump was very silent.
Yeah, Trump himself has evidently been very silent, seeing as he's literally said little to nothing about the actual effects of coronavirus and has been downplaying the entire crisis.
Yes, as well as there's this. Well, you already started your second wave. I don't know if you're gonna have a third wave because of that.
I don't think we're gonna start a third wave because the second wave still isn't even close to over, dude.
Yeah, but like the second wave hasn't even made it to Canada yet. That's how.
The second wave hasn't made it to most other countries. Even China hasn't really gotten a second wave yet.
Yeah, but a lot of Europe has had their second wave start, or is starting.
I'm surprised that China didn't have a second wave, honestly.
Well, China's also very iffy about its information, so it might have had a second wave without no one knowing because they actually kept it under control.
I have heard that in Canada, there are many areas with no cases at all. Like, I heard yesterday that Nova Scotia had no cases.
I found that extremely doubtful that Nova Scotia has no cases.
I've just heard that.
No one goes to Nova Scotia. That might be it.
But I will say the U.S., as much as anybody, liberal or conservative, might deny it, the United States has had the worst response towards coronavirus out of any country at this point. Well, earlier in the pandemic, I might have disagreed, but now I think it's come to a point where we've literally handled it the worst.
Well, yeah, you don't only have that, but you've also sort of caused billionaires to get richer, richer faster than before.
Capitalism.
I don't know how that works.
Capitalism. That's capitalism.
I know it's capitalism, but it's hilarious.
I will say capitalism. People give a knock on capitalism for favoring the rich, but I will also say capitalism is the only reason that America is seen as a land of opportunity. Like, in communist countries, there are very few people who have a chance of getting rich.
Yes, but in communism, the point is not to get rich.
This is true. In communism, the point is to...
I think that goes against the point.
Only the people in power are rich.
Ideally.
I think Legolas is supposed to go down here.
No, you have to go up by the... You see that little... Yeah, there you go.
I just did everything down here as Gimli, and then I get up to the final point, and it's a swinging rope for Legolas. But...
No, that was already done. You have to... Literally the only thing you had to do was this whole time. The thing I'm standing on right now.
Well, I can't do it because you're standing... Oh, wait, yeah, I can.
This is the only
my earlier point regarding conservatism versus liberalism, it's the more populated areas and the more densely populated areas are usually more liberal because they're the areas that don't benefit from conservatism. The areas that benefit from conservatism the most are the ones that actually actively need it the most, like rural areas, farmland, actual less populated areas actually benefit from conservative policies. The areas that are more densely populated and don't worry about agriculture, that kind of economic system as much, they benefit more from liberalism because they don't have to worry about the economic policies as much. Mm-hmm. Conservatism, it makes sense to me why there are conservatives in America, because there are people benefited by it. What doesn't make sense to me are a lot of conservative policies that don't benefit America as a whole to some extent. Not even just the areas that would benefit from conservatism itself, but there are policies that even contradict them. And it baffles me.
You know what I find hilarious about this whole thing? Is that you earlier in the stream, you go, I don't really like to talk about politics. And then you're the one who's leading this discussion on American politics.
Ironic.
It's the is it ironic or hypocritical? I don't know. There's a fine line.
The only reason I became liberal is because their policies actually made logical sense to me. That was the only reason. I beforehand didn't really identify with a political party or spectrum. Before then, I was literally I just do whatever makes more sense. But then I realized the liberals are kind of making more sense here right now.
Yes.
That's why I ended up siding with liberalism as a result.
What does it say? No backseat gaming on your stream.
That's a good question. I don't... Oh, it's because when I was playing Among Us yesterday,
Oh.
I didn't want anybody giving me hints about anybody, but I also didn't want anybody intervening.
Huh.
That was for specifically Among Us. I forgot to remove it when I switched to Half-Life last night, so somebody who was on my stream for pretty much the entire time during Half-Life didn't saw that, and at first was like, oh, I saw no backseat gaming, sorry for trying to give you tips, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot to remove it. I was doing Among Us earlier.
Yes, you weirdo. Look,
Lurtz. It's Lurtz, everybody's favorite character.
Well, he's the one who gets decapitated by Aragorn, I think.
Weren't the, well, we said we were going to do that as our last level, but, before we hop off, weren't the Uruk-hai a lot less... I know you said last time we played, like, The Hobbit, that the Uruk-hai were in the novels and very important, but I heard that, they were a lot more characterized in the movies than they were in the novels, from what I heard.
That's very likely. I don't know if that's true.
Like, I don't think Lurtz specifically was in the novels.
Well, like, for example, Lurtz, you don't even know his name in the movies. His name is never mentioned. Maybe it's mentioned in the extended versions. I've never seen those. The proper ones, not the Netflix ones. But
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix calls it the extended edition, but there's a lot of scenes missing that I know are in the extended edition.
Probably the theatrical version, just pretending it's the extended.
I think it is the theatrical version, just pretending. They just said it's extended for some reason. It's really weird. But the Uruk-hai are, yes, they're very important because of the fact that they're like superior orcs. They're not just regular orcs. They're bred for war, specifically.
Yeah.
But I think
that's why
you might be right with that, about that, how they're less characterized in the books. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I remember specifically that Uruk-hai played a very major role during the Battle of Helm's Deep. Isn't that where most of them died, though?
It was an army of 10,000 strong Uruk-hai. They were all Uruk-hai.
Didn't most of the Uruk-hai die during the Battle of Helm's Deep?
In the books, they all die.
Oh.
Because in the book, what happens is, after they get broken, Theoden rides out into battle, of a giant force had appeared behind the army. And then Gandalf also there made them flee, because the arrival of Gandalf the White just freaked them the fuck out. But the forest came from, it was actually the Ents that had moved from the Isengard Tower all the way to Helm's Deep and sprouted a forest, and that's why they all end up dying.
Wait, in the movie, didn't the Ents just stick around at Isengard and not move?
Yes, in the movie they just stick around at Isengard.
Also, isn't there a deleted scene, like, in the movies, like, in the normal theatrical versions, they don't show Saruman dying. They mention it, but they don't really show it. But in the movies, in like a deleted scene or in the extended editions, I don't remember which, don't they show him like just jumping off his tower? Oh, on his tower. Yeah, and he just falls.
Yeah, I saw the scene. He's trying to say something, and then Legolas just shoots him.
I think he was trying to use his voice to control one of them or something like that. But Legolas, like you said, Legolas shot him and stopped him.
He just shoots him.
All right.
Now Gandalf's the white one.
All right.
Actually,
so
fun fact about Gandalf: he was supposed to be the white one originally. He just declined the position.
Yeah, I heard that before.
That's actually hilarious.
We're going to save and exit.
It is time. Yes, it is time to end the stream. So I have been Thannus YT. Please follow my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for 111 subscribers. That was very fun. I'm very, very happy about this. Seeing that, people are enjoying the content and sticking around. Thank you, Lord Stabs of Stabbington, for joining me. You're quite an epic dude. I love your name.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that. I'm pretty sure you'd say that. I think everyone would logically say that.
Sure thing, dude. Sure. Thanks for popping in the stream, whoever did. No one actually spoke in the chat, but it did say I had 4 viewers at the start,
Oh,
so
look, it's my.
that's
No,
cool, I
it's,
guess. And hope you enjoyed. I might do more collab streams in the future. Stabs and I are actually specifically part of a group called the Peep Squad. It's not a Twitch group, like it doesn't actually have a Twitch group because the Twitch group itself doesn't.
Look, now I'm streaming your your screen still, so everyone, no one sees it because it's there, but no one's watching the stream. But that's hilarious.
The Peep Squad is basically our group, so to speak, and we formed it with myself, Stabs, one person named the Health Inspector, and Ty Auto Ty is how you pronounce his name, apparently. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it, yeah. That's how I used to pronounce it, but it's apparently Ty Auto Ty, according to what he told us when we were in 501st and Undead. But, that's what the group is. We're the Peep Squad. Since none of us are partner, we can't make an actual group on Twitch itself, but we are a group of collaborators, and they may do more collab streams or even YouTube videos in the future, so yes. So that is the gist of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if Stabs is going to stream anytime soon. He would speak for himself on that matter. His stream can go as long as he wants. He doesn't even have to end his stream necessarily right now. But, me personally... Me personally, I'll be streaming again on Monday because I'm finally actually getting my copy of 3D All-Stars. It was delayed 2 days, so I'll be streaming that on Monday, and I hope you guys are willing to tune in for that. Otherwise, I'll just continue my usual schedule. Wow. Otherwise, I'll just be continuing my usual schedule of Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesday specifically, I should finally be finishing Half-Life, so I hope y'all will pop in for that. But otherwise, I will see you guys next stream. I don't have money for it.